should be good. I'm hoping we're good. I'm really hoping we're good now. I can see myself bouncing on that green thing, but it's not really bouncing good. I can see myself bouncing, and I should have sound now. So, guys, I'm back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Let me know. But I'm seeing green lights moving on the mic, so I should have sound. Should have sound. Da-da-da-da. You let me know. Whatever you see, let me know, guys, and I will act from that. But we should have sound right now. Got a new shirt on tonight. Step to the side a bit. In fact, go this way. That's the shirt for tonight. You let me know when you're in, guys. It's going to take a couple of minutes, I know, but welcome in, welcome in. We've got 20 minutes before the game. Technical difficulties again. I don't know what is with these technical difficulties, but today, El Salvador is the target. And for El Salvador, Canada is the target for them. We're going to see what happens. But the quarterfinals are finally coming into place. And I'm going to take a look at the quarterfinals right now. So thank you for your patience, people. And calmly as I do, we get back online and we're talking to you. Didn't panic, just kept it nice and calm. And that's a kind of a lesson for the national team, isn't it? Under stress, keep it calm. Don't worry, just get it done, get it done, get it done. I showed you last week. Keep looking at that while I keep yapping my jaws, okay? Excuse me. I've been outside in the sun all day. Do you think I got a bit of a tan? I got tore up by a fence earlier, that big red mark on my arm. Yeah, some fence spangled on me. But that was my quarterfinals. I'm going to keep that there for you for a while. That's what we talked about a couple of shows ago. In fact, that was on the preview show, a couple of videos back down below, where Reese and I'm thinking Reese came out and said what he was thinking. And then Doogie said what he was thinking, and I said what I was thinking. So go back a couple of videos, you can get the predictions of what we were saying. And pretty much it's come pretty good so far. But we'll get into the quarterfinals, and we'll get into the lineups, and we'll get into the game itself. So talking lineups, gonna have to bring up the lineups here pretty soon. Give me a second. Close the shield, open up shield. Here we go. Lovely. Go into there straight away. Now, looking at the matches that have gone by today, bring you up to speed. We'll get to the Canada game very shortly. But game's gone on today. Well, Guadeloupe, they lose to Guatemala 3-2. Stunning game. And Panama taking out Jamaica 4-1. And I was watching Steve McLaren on the bench when they got scored on for the fourth time, and I lip read what he said. And to the word, and if you could see the replay of that, to a word, when that goal was scored, he said, that was shite. Now, you can think what the other one was. I'm not going to say that, obviously. Well, I could, but I'm not going to. You know me. But when you say that openly with cameras around you, do you probably think maybe somebody on the bench is going to hear that? It's not good to start berating things when things go wrong. You just have to wear it, take it on the chin, like we did in the last game against Curacao, yeah? We got to take that on the chin and put it into tonight. El Salvador, the selector, taking on the Maple Leafs. It's going to be great. It's going to be a great game. It really is. I really do look forward to a top game tonight. But your games today, Guadalupe 2, Guatemala 3, Panama 4, Jamaica 1. And let's take a look at the tables. We'll get into the knockout round, and then we'll get into Canada very shortly. But not long to go, and the game is coming swiftly. But as I move a few things around, Group A, Mexico, Costa Rica. Mexico finished top of the group, as we said they would, and many of you did too. Costa Rica finishing second on 7. I had a feeling they were going to have a good tournament, and they really have had a decent tournament. They really have. Back in, everybody. Let's go. Big up to you, Trout, and Jeffrey Perrin. Absolutely. Thank you very much for the... I'm just playing with you. We got sound. But thank you very much for letting me know. I have no idea where that came from. I mean, I'm seeing my lights down below. I'm bouncing like a balloon here. I was before, but I don't know, man. Sometimes technology just... it don't do things for you. The shirt. Take a look. Come on. Have a look at this. I'm going to stand up. Have a look at that for a shirt. I'm going to stand it sideways. Sexy, eh? And behind. So there you go. That's tonight's outfit. Many more outfits coming. And I'll tell you what, the further we go in the competition, the more shirts you're going to get to see. Trout says that shirt is banger. Cheers, my bruv. Cheers, my bruv. Tell you, got more shirts coming as we go through. And I love wearing Canadian stuff. I always do. I always do. We've got in the wardrobe, I'm not kidding you, ready to go from now to the World Cup, through the World Cup. That wardrobe is pretty much complete. We've got over 65 T-shirts and jackets, all Canadiana. So you're going to see a lot of different stuff. And you might not see the same thing twice. Bangers like this, you might. But no, I'm thinking that, you know, variety, that's the spice of life, is what I'm trying to say. So anyway, 67 looking good. Thank you, Jeffrey Perrin. Beautiful. And to you, Trout, love to you. What's your scoreline, guys? What are you thinking? How confident are you tonight? I'm bringing up the lineup here pretty soon because of one thing after I get through the groups. But how confident are you tonight? What's your scoreline? I'm just going to bounce through the groups quickly, and welcome in anybody. Welcome in La Selecta fans if you're coming in from El Salvador. Bienvenidos. Hey, not too bad. For Brit, no bad. No bueno. No bad. No mal. Mexico, Costa Rica going through 7-7. Mexico on top of Group A. Canada should finish on top of Group B, along with, I'm saying Honduras has got a great chance of going through as well. Let's be honest, both games are going at the same time. We're going to keep you in with both games. Panama Group C raced away, 3 wins, 10 goals, 9 points from 9, looking good. Thomas Christensen's got Panama exactly where I thought they would be. They're looking good for Final Four is my take. But I think they're capable of getting to the final. No, it's not the same team that it was in the last final. And you could argue that the last team was better than this, Carrasquilla and the rest of them, yeah? I would agree with you. But they're still on song, maybe, for a final place. I tell you, they play great football. They control the game, very smooth on the ball, and they know how to cook the clock when they're kicking your ass and look good at it too. So that's what I'm saying there. Group C, Panama, Guatemala. I said Jamaica would miss out. Look what happened. And Steve McLaren on the bench. I don't know if you caught this before we had the old technical breakdown, but Steve McLaren on the bench, as they got scored on for the 4th time because they lost 4-1 to Panama, he says on the bench words, because I lip read him, he said, that was shite, is what he said. And you can think what the middle one was. It starts with an F, ends with a G, and it's got a kind of an ucking sound into it somewhere in there. I'm sure you... An F, ends with a G, and it's got a kind of an ucking sound into it somewhere in there. I'm sure you can understand that. But I'm not going to drop the full F. No way. But that's what I lip read him saying. Now, you say that when you're on the bench, man. I'm sure somebody's picking that up, and that just not bode well for harmony. You got to keep it in. It's like a bad result. You got to wear it. You got to work through it, nurture it out of you. And like Canada, bad results, Curacao. Now you got to wear it for a couple of days in the training, out of the training. Every time you go to eat together, you're remembering that win that got away from you. Now you're building up for El Salvador, and you're eating your Cheerios or whatever you're eating, and you're getting ready for this one. But you're still smelling that draw that feels like a loss. It feels like an embarrassment, to be honest. That's what I'm saying. USA and Trinidad and Tobago and Haiti and Saudi Arabia. It ended as we thought it would do. USA on top, 9 points from 9, 3 wins, only 1 goal scored against. Mark that one. 1 goal scored against. But hey, who did they play? Saudi Arabia, Trinidad, Tobago, and Haiti. Now, knockout stage. It's pretty much settled for Mexico, Saudi Arabia. It's pretty much settled for USA, Costa Rica. Feast your eyes on that one more time. There's 2 games still to go. It might not finish like I got it here, but my big yapper, I said that 2 shows ago on the preview show. That's what I'm sticking to. Okay? Totally. Okay, we're going to take a look at Canada's lineup tonight and see what you're thinking. And I'll tell you what, tell me what you're thinking about the lineup. What does it say to you? What message does it send? Does it send a message to you with the lineup tonight? Because to me, it kind of does. Guatemala's lineup, we went through, excuse me, pretty much the same team with a couple of additions, and I'm saying they're rotating the team. Not a bad idea. But with Canada and this game tonight, what are we saying about Canada? What does that lineup say to you? It says something to me, and I'm going to tell you. I'm going to open it up. We'll look at the lineups right now. And Canada, Kripo in net. I love Maxime, and I hope you do too. You've also got you've got to say Johnson, Alistair Johnson, defense, beautiful. On the other side, Ricky Larea, I love that balance. I do. Speed, toughness, good tackling, know how to read the game. Chippy Ricky can give you more than just the average game, and Alistair's very much the calmer of the ruffians because Alistair can bring some physical stuff too. And as you've seen over time, he has done too. Cornelius and Figuerelis in the middle. I tell you what, love Cornelius. And the more he plays, the bigger his confidence is. He's riding high with this team. Don't kid yourself. And everything he does is always pretty safe, yeah? 10 minutes to go before the game time. Chonier, midfield. Akimpelu, Tajon Buchanan, and Seeger moving into midfield, left side. Now, here's the thing. Tajon Buchanan, put him in midfield, in the middle of midfield. Why would you take him out of his hot spot up left top? Leave him on the left wing so he can cut in and do his thing. Why would you bury the guy in the middle of midfield? You know what he's got. I'm just saying. But anyway, midfield, Chonier, Akimpelu, Tajon Buchanan in the middle, and Seeger on the left side. Then you got Schaffelberg on the left side up front, which I kind of understand, but I think he would be better coming in from midfield. Maybe this is to give Schaffelberg play in the offensive zone, get that confidence up, because let's face it, against Curacao, he didn't have his best game. It wasn't his worst game, and he got kicked all over the park in the first couple of minutes, remember? Yeah, he did. He really did. And then, obviously, the maestro, Jonathan David, out on his own on the right side. I think Jade in for a good game tonight. I really do. So that's what I'm thinking about that. Well, what are you thinking? I'm going to go to the Trout. Right now. And Jeffrey Perrin, I'm going out there 4-0. Hey, Jeffrey, loving it. 4-0. Beautiful, mate. I tell you what, I would love to see that. And wouldn't that be good for confidence? We need to put in a performance tonight. Not to say that we had a terrible night. Last game out, we put people in. It wasn't round holes and square pegs completely. Sometimes those games come along where you're trying to give people time and nurture things and see what you got. And maybe we did relax a little bit too much once we got the goal up, thinking that, no, we're not getting scored on because we've got a great defense. And normally we do have a great defense, but you got to give these kids time. That's a great experience now. Now that the pain of that has worn off for all of us, it's a great experience for the players, the younger ones especially. They'll learn from that. They really will. They'll know now, especially against the Ukraine recently, where we banged in 2 goals late against us. They're going to learn about that too. We need to nurture, manage the game or the match to the end, using the referee, the linesman, and anything you can to get that win over the line and not be scored on. That's got to be the aim of this game, not to be scored on and put the ball in their net, no doubt. So Trout says, I think it's going to be 2-0. I'm happy to see the 4-4-2 set back. I agree with you. Not secure about starting Schaffelberg and Croupeau. We touched the same thing. Schaffelberg, midfield maybe, but why start him? And Croupeau, interesting. Dane St. Clair, I don't think you can blame him for anything specific throughout this tournament. Maybe he sees something in training. Maybe Jesse, maybe Paul, maybe Miaro. They all see something in training. Did anybody catch the 27th coming up? On the 27th, there is a game. And the Canadian women's team are going to be active on the 27th. So get your feast around that. I will say another thing as well. There was a couple of guys or a couple of shows back. I was talking a little bit about One Soccer and what was kind of like happening there. And then it was met with some form of resistance, if you ask me, where a couple of guys didn't exactly, how would you say, give them credit for who they are. But I find that I've traversed One Soccer now. There's things I don't appreciate about it, and there's things I do appreciate. One of the things I do appreciate is that you got this game on a soccer channel, soccer specific, and you've also got, here we go, need to get that screen back. Give me a second here, guys. I'm trying to find where my screen has gone. We'll get there. There we go. PC. Where are you? Hello. Get back here. Boom. Thank you very much. Well, we got a bit of a blocker here. I don't know what the heck is going on with it. It's amusing me. It is amusing me. I've had nothing but technical problems all day today, and I wouldn't know what is going on. I really wouldn't. But you know what? If someone's trying to clown me or, make me not get through to the game, they're doing a damn good job. But you won't see me freak out for this. I'm going to keep carrying on. But I need to get that screen back because obviously we're blind. And we're going home. Right. Would you Adam and Eve it? And that's would you believe it, basically. Would you Adam and Eve it? And that's would you believe it, basically. Yeah, there's something not right here, guys. I really don't understand this. If I got no screen, I can't really talk to you, can I? What is going on? Something's loading, but I don't know what it is. And this is just really not the best. Yeah, that's interesting. I haven't got a clue. I'm joking, obviously. I'm just looking at a couple of different screens to see where it is. PC's right in front of me, guys. I do apologize. Okay, I think I've got no other option but to shut this down and come back. That is just amazing. We've never had this before. Okay, crazy. I'm going to see if we can get back online. Give me a second. I'm going to stand up and just check something. Okay, there you go, boy. There you go. Woo, thank you for technology with a message on the screen. Check your cable. I just checked the cable. I don't know why it's that cable, but guys, we're back on. I tell you, unbelievable. We're in the adverts and we're waiting for things to get ready, but we'll get there pretty soon. But never lose your head. Always try and keep it together. That's the moral of the story. That's what I was going to talk to you about tonight with the game, was that we just got to keep our heads. The last game was not the best. This game is going to be much better. 4-0. I tell you what, I'm thinking, and thanks for your patience, guys, really, thanks for your patience. And like I say, don't lose your head when you got stress coming through, just ride it. Love Derek Cornelius coming in from Trout. Great to have him back. I do agree. I'll tell you what, every time he plays for Canada, he's never really looked out of place, has he? And consider that, I think Canada becoming a better team has helped him as a player because it's made his level jump at the national game. So I've always liked him. Great call on Tejon. That's a strange move. Really? I mean, why bury him in midfield? It's really strange sometimes. I mean, I'm not coming down on the guys. They train every day. They know each other. They see things that we can't see. But wouldn't you want to put him on the left where he's going to do damage and keep people occupied and worry the other team? We had no weapons in the last match. The weapons that we had, well, JD didn't get no service. And when we did get on it, all too often, the attempt wasn't good enough and we didn't get in there often enough. So we really had no creativity going. We pursued a lot down the left side, Shuffleberg especially, but it didn't happen. We need Tejon out there, up front, and hopefully he just starts to burst through the middle and take some authority or take the game by the scruff. If he shows character coming through the middle, you might find out that he gets a shot on net pretty much in front of the box instead of coming from the wide side. That's the hope. But I've been in the sun all days. Do I look brown today? Back in the chat, Jeffrey Perrin says, you're right about learning experience for the kids. And he also says, but last game had too many chances in personal on the field. Yeah, sorry. Last game had too many changes in personnel on the field. Yeah, I totally agree. If you're going to make a substitution just to get someone time, I say why bother? Really, why bother? You can make the changes to affect the game is what the point is. Or someone has an injury. That's why you're coming in, yeah? But the substitutions that we made in that last game, I think damaged the result. And some of the results, some of the substitutions were too late in the game to have really affected the game, like a substitution would be. So coaching, like I was like bellowing about the coaching being bad in closing the game and bad through the game, I stick to that because I think it was not necessarily a bad day by the players completely, but I think the coaching staff really got that wrong. And I don't know. It just doesn't seem that it's a relaxed ship on the bench right now. The team, players, squad, fine. They know what they're doing and they play the game. But this coaching stuff needs to come forward and really own tonight. Really own tonight. But yeah, I agree, Jeffrey. Last game, too many changes in personnel. Totally agree. Totally agree. Absolutely. Going to check up when the boys are coming on. Okay, the anthem is going. They're singing the anthem. There's a lot of unity on the bench tonight. There's my. Oh, I tell you what, Paul Stalteri. Can't get enough of Paul. Great guy. We have a Canucks in the crowd. Foygerelis is singing. Choignard's singing. Cornelius is singing. Acapello's singing. No, he's not. He says, I'm not singing. I'm joking. More fans in the crowd. The bench is singing all arm in arm in unison. Yes, well done, guys. And the Canadians are ready for action. I like Croupeau. I got to say, I do like Croupeau. Who's your favourite keeper? Is it Dane or is it Maxime? I do like Dane. I do like Dane. But Maxime is, I think Maxime's a great shot stopper. I really do. But anyway, we're going to know here pretty soon. The anthem's done for Canada. Getting ready for it. How's your day been? Have you been thinking about this all day? I've been thinking about it since Curacao. I really have. I've been thinking about it since Curacao. Just going to alter this down a bit. There we go. Still bouncing. So, La Selecta, El Salvador, with the national anthem, Hands on Hearts, right below the ES. They're proud people, eh? They're proud people. Football nation. It's a football nation. It amazes me how far Canada's come. It really does. At times, when you think like right now, the last 5 years especially, it's been a roller coaster of success, highs, staying at a great level, changing coaches slowly, but we've changed coaches. I'm thankful to John Herdman for what he did, and I'm thankful for Jesse Marsh what he's doing. But personally, very personally, I'm dying for a Canadian to lead the nation. Paul Stalteri, get him in there. You can say Mauro Biello. Yes, I know that. I know. We've had other Canadians before. But I would love to see people like Paul Stalteri, who wore the badge, played nationally, played in the international leagues, went to Europe, made it well. Werder Bremen in Deutschland, Germany, Tottenham Hotspur, especially in England, EPL, and scored some stunning goals, reads the game. He's a firm, fair player, firm, fair guy, lovely person. That kind of guy is what I want to see coaching the national team. I'd love to see a Canadian take this nation and coach it. And I'm grateful to Jesse Marsh, absolutely. But just like I'm saying, I'm watching the guys right now. I just say, I'd love to see him do it. Anyhow, formation, like I say, they got Buchanan and Johnson. This TV formation, it's got Buchanan on the right side, Shuffleberg on the left side in midfield, David and David up front. So looking at that way, it's putting Buchanan to the right side. Let's see what happens. We'll see what they do once we hit the field. Sometimes when you get the starting lineups, somebody somewhere didn't get the formation right. So I think we're seeing that on a few channels because I've looked at a few different channels for formation and they're not all correct. But one thing I will say with El Salvador, for Canadian fans, the nucleus of the team tonight, inclusive the goalkeeper Gonzalez, they are your starters. There's a handful in there that are being rotated in. I see that two ways. The coach is giving them time at the competition to help his players too grow in stature over time because it's a big competition. I mean, it's CONCACAF's GEM tournament. So I see the coach getting people in to give them time. And Joe Dickerson is the referee tonight, Major League Soccer. Joe Dickerson. He's a pretty fair ref. I think you'll see the game allowed to flow. He won't stand for too much nonsense, but he's not your Escobar, your Mario Escobar from the other game. I mean, that guy to me, wow. Talk about be nice one day and nasty the next. Did you see how he refereed the game after that? He was nice as pie. There was 2 Latino nations. He was nice as pie. Even had time to get his hair cut. I've got to get mine done. That's why I said it. But tonight, you got to say Valdares, Romero, Flores, and Siren normally wouldn't be starting here, but they are. Cerritos is another one, and Brian Gill. Brian Gill, not on the lineup right now. We'll see what happens. Big fly. Did you see that fly? That was like the Hindenburg going past. I'm looking like, wow, the shadow from that. Don't say a word. It might be something lethal by that fly. Huge thing. But you got to say, Mauricio in the forward line, not Brian Gill, and Gonzalez in goal. Hey, what would be a good result tonight? You've said your results. I'm saying my result. Tonight, I'm saying it's time to bring a performance. No more piddling around. Now set the tone. Get ready for the next round. El Salvador are not coming here to get beaten up. They want to get a result. Great little team for defensive football, all up and down the field. They can play the interchange. They can keep the ball active. They can really get under your skin too. They can earn the referee's favor as well. They know how to manage the game. This is a CONCACAF match right in front of you right now. It's not going to be anything other than a CONCACAF match tonight. You watch and you'll see what El Salvador does through this game. They're not scared. I'll tell you what, they're not scared. They know they're going up against a juggernaut, but the Curacao result the other day gives them a lot of hope. They can get something done tonight. Game live. Let's go. Canada now. Seizing the game by the thrust. Salvador on the edge of their box, and it's alive. Jeffrey Perrin, you're right about learning experience for the kids. Thank you, Jeffrey. And DJ Knox, welcoming DJ Knox. I like Canada's starting lineup based on who's available in the squad. If the midfield doesn't work, give Kone another chance. Yeah, absolutely. You know what? This is a game for Kone to get put back in. I'd say get Kone back in 60 minutes in. Give him a half an hour in the game if we're doing well. If not, maybe later. But get Kone back in for the confidence. I don't want to see him sulk or be left out of the action too long because that's not good for confidence. Anywho, ball down the right side. El Salvador looking to make things happen. But again, great interceptions. Interceptions is something that Canada's getting real good at now. I tell you what, we got seasoned veterans. The defensive back four, I tell you what, love that as well. 4-4-2 formation. I love that as well. Everything's very simple. It's very basic. A 4-4-2, it doesn't test you up here. It doesn't over-test you with the physical. You know where you are. Everybody knows their role. Tonight, you're 4-0. It could be a possibility. Let's see the first 15 minutes. We'll get there. We'll get there in the first 15 minutes. But you got to say, ball over the top, going down the line now. Beautiful. Shuffleberg, will he get there? I doubt it. He does. Unbelievable. Ball in the middle. No one there. Unfortunately, can we steal? Great running by Shuffleberg. Great effort by Shuffleberg again. Let's hope no one puts the boots to Jacob tonight because he's got so much to offer up front. Going to go to the chat, guys. You keep watching the game. I'll keep talking the game. DJ likes the starting lineup. I'm not keen on Schaff, but we're kind of lean on wingers. Free kick coming up to Canada, and we'll see what the referee does here. Maybe he has a little bit of a talk, but it's going to take a little while. People are saying elbow. It's Chappy. It's Chippy Ricky. Oh, he kicks it right in the face. Chippy Rick. Now, was that deliberate? Sorry for screaming, but holy shamoly. He kicks him right in the boot, man. Them cleats or blades got him right in the head. That's just unbelievably great accuracy, don't you think? Anyway, getting back to it. I'm not keen on Schaff, but we're kind of lean on wingers. I may have started Nelson instead and bring Schaff as a sub. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I'll tell you what. I really do like Nelson. From what he's done so far in this competition, you got to say, keep bringing him. Keep bringing him. I love everything he does. I really do. But that kick to the young guy, man, oh, I tell you, woof, that's going to hurt for a while. He's going to be down. Stitches. Cornelius is like, man, what did you do, Ricky? Ricky's smiling. Chippy Ricky smiling. And I tell you what, they're going to review it. They're going to review it. I tell you right now, they're going to review that. I'm not kidding on Chef yet. Voodoo Pork Chop in the house, buddy. How you doing? 4-1 Canada. Hey, I tell you what. Could be. But Chippy Ricky smashing someone's head in with the cleats. I tell you. The way that leg whacked back up, I'm like, what in earth is going on with Ricky's leg? But hey, I tell you, Joe Dickerson, referee, he's got a decision to make here. And I think that he was in the ear and people were talking to him about it. So obviously things look okay, but he's still in communication with the VAR room about what happened. It's going to be interesting. I tell you what, Chippy Ricky might be in troubled water here. I'm not saying he is, but he could be. It's a very unusual kind of kick to the head. But instantly, I tell you, you got to be a little bit sarky about it. So Voodoo Chop, 4-1. Trying to trout. I like Tejon and Shaunier on the wings, dribbling and accurate crosses. Totally. I totally love that too. I do. I'd love to see Tejon Buchanan hugging the left side, coming in with that lovely right foot and slamming shots on there or little tickle passes through. Anywho. But yeah, Tejon, love him. Voodoo Pork Chop, if there is blood, a red card. That's what I'm worried about. And believe you me, they are reviewing it. Ricky's worried. I'm telling you now, Ricky's worried. Let's see what happens. It's very early in the game. If we went down to 10 men, there's still time enough for us to be good in this game, but not exactly the greatest beginning for us. And hey, let's hope that we don't fall victim. Well, that's a good question, Trouty. Trout asks, but was it a foul on Richie? And I think that's what I'm asking too with the leg, the way the leg swung back so hard. It looked unnatural, very unnatural. So it was either due to the contact with the defender that made that happen, or it was a deliberate act. I don't think you could talk about it any other way. And that's why we're not seeing any replays, are we? We need to see replays of that so we can really see what's happening. But gotta tell you, that boy's taking his time to get ready. And Johnson's, yeah, see, did you see Johnson? Johnson's like, they're on the ear again. So we'll see. Doesn't matter. It'll matter in a minute. It will matter in a minute. But let's hope no one's damaged permanently there, because it was quite the whack to the head. It really was. But we'll have to see. In the meanwhile, who are your final four picks? What have you got for your final four picks? Is it so obvious who the final four are going to be, is what I'm saying. Jeffrey Perrin, momentum. Yeah, absolutely. We're lucky that the game is early. Yeah. I mean, we haven't played more than a couple of minutes in this game, so there's more added time to come, but there's no momentum here. The game is early. And if we don't fall foul to a card, then yeah, we can regain the momentum that hasn't really begun. But the beginning and the beginning phases, it looks quite good. We're sitting on top of the game at the time, but yeah, we're gonna have to wait and see. The momentum can still be built, though. Yeah, DJ Knox. Yes, it's a foul committed by El Salvador, so that tells you that everything's going to be okay. But I tell you, it always happens around Chippy Ricky, doesn't it? Eh? I mean, I love the guy. I really do. I'd never be happy if he wasn't in the team. We're getting kisses from the crowd. Lovely ladies in the crowd. Lovely Latino ladies giving us kisses. Yes. Back at you. Yeah, buddy boy ES. Yeah, he's doing the ES while I'm doing the Canada. Back at the crowd. Absolutely. DJ Knox, it's a foul. Thank you, my man. Yes, it's obvious and always has been. The top four in CONCACAF are far above the rest in CONCACAF. Absolutely. The one interesting thing, though, about the top four is on our day, we're equal to anybody in that top four. And anybody in that top four, Panama, USA, Mexico, is equal to us on the day too. So it's not now that one of the four teams is out and out right, powering above the rest. As you've seen with Panama in the tournament so far, they're growing with each game. As I said earlier, it's not the same team as last year, but they're growing with each game. Thomas Christian, the coach, he's doing a phenomenal job again. Every time he turns up, they always seem to be ready, organized, play very nice, intricate football, know how to keep the ball, know how to kick the clock down. As they score, I tell you what, it only needs to be 1-0 9 times out of 10, because once they've got the lead, they're greedy. They're very greedy, and they like to hold the ball. They like to keep it away from you, and that's what they do really well. Into the chat. With Costa Rica not so bad in 5th and Jamaica in 6th. Absolutely, absolutely. On their day, Costa Rica, the only thing I think they don't have out and out is a great offense at that top level. Teams below, not a problem. But at the very top level, they really don't have it. Jamaica, disappointing, very disappointing, very disappointing. People were thinking that they were going to get out of the group. Their recent form, their long-term form, since they say the 2020 World Cup qualifying, and since then, the coach they've got, Steve McLaren, the Wally with the brolly that got booted by England all those years ago for failure to qualify for a World Cup. Hardly the guy you want to inspire young players with, is my take. Especially if he's swearing like a banshee on the bench because one goal got scored on him, you know? But, hey, I tell you. Looking at the game, though, things are getting ready. Jesse Marsh is having a quick old word. Ortiz is on the sideline. He's walking. Coach is having a quick word. I tell you what, it may have taken a while to get things started, but I do like the referee. That's one thing we've seen out these first couple of minutes. I do like the referee. Joe Dickerson is controlling the game beautifully. I think you're going to see some flowing football now that the game is live. Choinière now. 10 minutes in, there will be added time, maybe about 8 minutes, maybe 9. Number 6, Choinière, in front of the El Salvador box, maybe 35 yards. Free kick coming in. In it goes on the penalty spot. Repelled. El Salvador lobbed back in. Akinpelu's offside. If he touches it, he won't count. Ball goes out for a goal kick. Nicely. But it was a foul on Richie, absolutely. Okay, we need to be clinical, is what I'm saying. We've got to be clinical. No more nearly there, mans. No more Kyle Larin attitude. We've got to get on the ball, finish the ball, make the plays intricate, own the game. And again, Ortiz is still on the sideline. He should be on as soon as possible. That would be better for El Salvador to get him back into the play. They're slowing with the ball. We need to be pressing like crazy right now. We've got to man up. We need to press, go crazy, get the ball and utilize, find the space, pass and move and make it hurt. That hurt. I tell you what, deliberate. That looks deliberate to me. Canada back on and another quick foul. JD down. Looks like he's hurt. Dickerson's having a word. Joe's got the angry face on. He's having a word. He's like, smarten it up. Look at that. That's definitely a deliberate foul. Deliberate. He knew he was in the air, but Fujirelis stays down as if he'd been shot, and he wasn't. He knew he was in the air, but Fujirelis stays down as if he'd been shot, and he wasn't. He needs to get up and be quick. Fujirelis could have got straight back up. He lands well, but he's looking for the foul. He should be getting up. You never know what's happening around you. Stay alert. The war is going on. No time for party tricks. No time for acting out. Get to your game. Canada now on the back line with the ball. Going long. Make the ball and do the work. Canada in possession. Looking good. First couple of minutes, the signs are good. Just need to get on it, control it, get the possession game going. And own possession is what we got to do. Own possession and make creativity happen. DJ Knox asks, do we think Seeger will look good in midfield tonight? That's a good question. Ball down the line, no one's getting that. Nope. Shuffleberg is not a gazelle. He's not that quick. He's fast, but he ain't that fast. Talking about Seeger tonight, I mean, I tell you what, you play as a wide defensive player. It's different than a midfield player. Sometimes you put a defensive player into midfield and they completely get lost. They literally don't have the timing. They literally like a round hole in a square peg. It is that obvious sometimes. You'll know within the first 5 or 10 minutes is that if Seeger cannot play that role. I would sooner leave him where he was. Maybe the coaching staff are looking to have options in the future to see what other guys have got with relativity to other systems, i.e. 4-4-2, 3-5-1, whichever. But, yeah, we'll see. I think he's a great defender. He's got that lethal shot. Has he got the midfield brain? Is he the creative style? Because you've got to be creative as well in midfield. You can't just be destructive. You're not just a defender. So I think he's got a chance to do it, but he's going to have to show it. Ball players are pretty much special. Oh, there's a one-on-one 50-50. Nearly losing possession. We keep it possession. Beautiful play. Cornelius is another one who's literally stepping up. One-timer down the line. Chippy Ricky doesn't get there. Looking good, though. Yeah, I'd say so. That's the way I'm pronouncing it, Trout Seeger. That's what it says to me. Absolutely. If it was an A, I'd call him Seeger. But I call him Seeger. Nice play again. 1-2 down the wing. Choinière trying to get in there. That's definitely a shoulder charge. Fair as. Goal kick. No problem there. Choinière, if he was like a few more pounds heavier, would have rode the challenge a lot better. But even so, nice play. Nice tic-tac-toe play down the left side. Canada holding El Salvador to their half. Not pressing, they're just holding. If I was on that forward line, I'd be asking someone to start making the runs. Pressure the ball. Pressure the ball just like you do in hockey. Yeah, pressure the puck, get possession. Pressure the ball, take the possession back. It's not going to come to you. These El Salvador players are very capable of the skillful game. They're very happy to hold the ball. Little flare up there. Keeping it all cool again is Mr. Dickerson, told you. Good referee tonight. Emma, I'm sure you get kicks when you're playing for Celtic. But here we go. Shuffleberg on the left side in the game, but no one really owning the game. Canada has the possession so far, probing, but no real flow to the game. Playing a simple game, but playing themselves into trouble, to be honest. And there you go. Shuffleberg took out again. Ridiculous foul. That is a ridiculous foul. Absolutely. Dickerson is not holding back. And there you go. There's your first big card of the night. Now someone's got to be very careful, but that was a tremendously bad foul. Shuffleberg is asking, what the hell are you doing? Absolutely ridiculous foul. Take a look on this. Comes through the guy with a straight leg. That's how you break people's legs. Just like that. That is not a yellow card. That is a red card. That is a total red card challenge. You weren't going in there to win the ball fairly. You were going in there to hurt the man and maybe get the ball. It's right on the sideline. Where are you going to go? It's right on the sideline. No one has anywhere to go. Shut your yapper, take the yellow, and be lucky that you're not walking for an early shower, because that was ridiculous. Supposed to be a professional. Shuffleberg is coming for some very heavy treatment in the last couple of games. It's amazing he's in this game. In the last game, I'll tell you now, once he started getting battered by the defenders, it took him out of the game. Skillful players don't appreciate getting kicked all over the park. They need the ball. They need to have the confidence to go past you. When you're trying to break your leg, the best thing to do is not touch the ball. So the bully boy tactics you've seen already tonight. I told you, El Salvador didn't come to play. And by that, I mean mess around. They came for a result. They see what Curaçao's done. That's given them heart. 17 minutes in, it's still 0-0, 0-0 in la partido, in the game. 17 minutes in, it's still 0-0, 0-0 in la partido, in the game. going into the chat as you watch this lovely game building. Guys, we've got plenty of time as this game is building. Canada's not doing a bad job. Ball over the top, and it should be a free kick coming up to El Salvador. Given, ball cleared by Canada as a dive. Referee gives the free kick to El Salvador. Going in the chats. Do we think Seagull will go? Is that how you? Yes, not Shiga like Anton Shiga. And trying to be Trout chat says thinks Honduras or Curacao will advance. Honduras. I'm thinking Honduras. Thinking Honduras. Hey, there he is. BV up. Forgot this game was on. Really? Thanks for the reminder. That's what we're here for, mate. What we're here for. Free kick flighted into the far side of the box, headed out by Tajon Buchanan. Great defensive move. And out for a throw, and that should be a Canadian throw. Dickerson, I love the referee tonight, got to say. Loving what he's bringing. Let's see what happens in the second half with El Salvador. Offside by a mile on the free kick, by the way. But let's see what happens in the second half with El Salvador with reference to the legs. Are they going to be as fit as Canada? Canada is full of guys that play their football for professional teams. Oh, what? Oh, my luck. Now, I tell you what. I tell you, Dickerson. No, wrong colour. Dickerson, listen to me. Wrong colour. That was ridiculous. The way Tajon got took out there. What is this, rugby? What are these referees doing for Canadians? Look at this beautiful football move. That one touch by... That's absolute violent play. Watch the challenge. It's a check. That's violent play. That should be a red card. That is not your yellow card foul. Whack. It's violent play. He should be off the field. My, oh my. Joe Dickerson, what are you doing, ref? Pull it out. Send a message, and you'll cut these fouls out. That's what you do. Ridiculous foul. Good that Tajon Buchanan can take a hit. Because the only thing he wasn't wearing there was skates. That was like a hockey chock. Bang. Down you go. Canada now deserve to get something off this. Oh, I'm getting fired up. Beautiful. Bad kick. Bad free kick. Throw in coming up. Keeping it live. My. What a terrible couple of challenges. I don't know how we don't have a red off some of them. I really don't. But hey, BV up. Glad to remind you for the game, my friend. I think we're in for a Brahma. That's a good one. 20 minutes in now, and we're going to have loads of extra time. The game was stopped, if you didn't know, BV up for about 7 minutes with a player Ortiz being attended to on the field. He had a big kick in the head from Chippy Ricky Larrea. You got to see that in the highlights if you can. He got kicked right in the head. It was absolutely fantastic, amazing kick. I couldn't believe it happened. When I was thinking, how is that possible? The angle of his leg and the way it kicked him in the face, I'm like, that's strange. But it was a foul. He was fouled and took out of balance, and that leg just whiplashed, and put Sparky Ortiz right on the floor. Boom. Down he went. Voodoo pork chop. Quick assessment. 23 is not a midfielder at this level. I agree, my friend. I agree. I totally agree. I think keep him where he was. He was quite happy doing that. But sometimes your coach moves people around. Sean, yeah, to me, he's better in the middle. Now look at Shuffleberg's play. He's looking to release the ball real quick. He's not interested in holding the ball right now. Now, it's not that he's shy to the challenge. But when you start getting kicked all over the place in a tournament, you do start to get a little bit shy. No, I don't think you're wrong, Voodoo Pork Chop. I think you've got something there. I think a lot of people agree with you on that one. You know, not totally a midfielder 23. However, he has the traits to be, per se. But leave someone where their strength is. You brought him in to play the defensive role. Leave him in that defensive mold. Yes, he can step up the wing-back style, yada, yada, yada. But leave him where he's strong. Like I say, it's the brain. Free kick coming in. That's a great free kick. Into the net. Oh, I tell you. Headed just wide of the net, but that should have been going into the net. Man, oh man. El Salvador, Osorio. Just wide. Offside is one. Wouldn't have counted. He'd have been offside, but man, oh man, take a look at the replay. Gets nice connection on it. Taps on the outside of the post. Maxime Crepeau was lost in space. And you know I love Maxime. Ball down the left side now. Schaffelberg gets it, touches it, and fouled again. Referee's got to call that. Doesn't call it. In goes Ricky. Another good body check on Ricky. I tell you what, Ortiz and the gang are playing the body on Canada tonight. Canada's going to have to get physical. It ain't going to come easy. Soft, pretty football is not going to do it, especially with a back heel from Choinière like that. Heads up. Pick your heads up, guys. Go again. Physical nature needs to be equalized. El Salvador growing into the game. Oh, I tell you, great refereeing once again, and no foul, no foul. Ball long down the left side. Can they use it? Nice check. Lovely check by Alistair Johnson. Great defending once again. And here we are playing highlights while the game is live. Yeah, great editing, CONCACAF. Great editing. Keep it on the match. Thank you. Let people watch the match. That's where they want to watch. Put your edit in and your highlights to half time. "25 minutes coming up pretty soon. I tell you, we haven't seen too much to be satisfied about with this game. Great challenge there. Oh, I tell you, I don't think it was a foul. I think it was a great challenge, and he gets the yellow card. Figueres on a yellow card. Jonathan David is also questioning the referee on that challenge. Looking at the chat. BV up, what name you were on about? Let me have a look at you. Seeger or Shiga? I'm saying Seeger. And Fujirelis. But Seeger, I say Seeger. If they want to say Shiga, get onto it. No worries. But I'm saying Seeger. That's what I've said all along. It was a crazy through ball. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Absolutely. I think there's going to be a lot more excitement in this game as we go through. This is just not settled. We've got a nice platform to the match. We really do. And it's nice to see El Salvador getting into this and growing in confidence, because it's only going to be a good test for us. You don't want walkover wins, you know? Like, look at that World Club competition going on. I think there's that Auckland FC. They've been beaten 10-0, 6, a great ball. Tejon Buchanan with the cross, blocked on site. Canada get the corner. But the FIFA Club World Cup, there's a team, Auckland FC, Bayern Munich, thrashed them 10-0. Then I believe they lost 6-0 in the next game. And the next game that they play Boca Junior. You know, doesn't really bode well when you're getting battered in a tournament like that. Yeah, it's not great. It's not great. It's not great optically, and it's not great for your team. Anywho, back to this game. Canada, 26 minutes in, got the corner, facing some adversity. It's a battle of attrition right now. It's not going to be the game against Honduras, this one. Ball coming in. Choinière, right side. Great corner. Nobody can get onto the end of it. Goes out for another corner. Canada need to just settle, start gaining the ball, get the possession built, and go direct. Keep it simple, but go direct. Choinière again. Corner. Needs to be deeper, this one. Needs to be on the penalty spot. Referee's having a word with everybody. The clutching and the grabbing is going a little bit wild. Corner comes in. That's where the ball needs to be headed over the bar. Cornelius gets on the end of it, but not on target. But that's where the ball needs to go, in the deep end, right in the kill zone. He gets up well, nobody on him. He should have done better. Great song. Great song. Jesse Marsh looking serious on the sideline. Actually on the sideline, which is good to see, back after all the bandage. Wasn't that some kind of fiasco? Good to see him back on the sideline, though. That's where a coach needs to be. I'm quite happy to see him there. I didn't really enjoy having him up in the stands. El Salvador now cooking the clock, looking to burn some time. A draw against Canada helps their rankings. Going back into the chat, guys, you keep watching that wonderful action throw-in coming up to Canada. Alistair Johnson's retrieving the ball like lightning fast, keeping the game alive. It's in play. Canada have possession. Fujirelas comes to the other side. Cornelius in the middle now. Our back line needs to cycle the ball a lot quicker than that. The quicker we cycle the ball at the back, the more time we're going to have through the midfield. But it's nice to have those two operating central. It really is. Tejon now on the right wing, looking to do some damage. Passes off. Stay safe. Playing patience game. Playing patience game. Can't always be just attack. You got to cycle it, run around, go into different directions, make the opposition think what you're not going to do. We got the Dangerman. Shuffleberg now again, holding the ball back. If I was the coach, I'd move Shuffleberg to the right side, Tejon to the left side. Shuff is having a rough time on that left side. I'd get his confidence up by putting him on the right side right now. Tejon can play either side. Not a problem. Choinière keeps the ball after a foul. Going back into the chat, talking to you guys. Claude. How you doing, Claude? Happy Croupeau is the keeper. Yes, I thought you would be. Dane's coming out to punch the ball and missing last game shows me he's not as reliable. You know, if you make a decision and it goes wrong and it goes that wrong, then something has to be done. And you have to really be punished when you're not on your game. So I say that I kind of agree with him. If I got a favorite, yeah, it's Maxime. I do like Dane. Not a problem. But I think my preference is Maxime. Always was. Long before the World Cup as well. I've followed him, like what I see, and I know you guys do too. Throw in now, coming up to he's by the Molten sign on the right side. Just down. Canada getting the ball in play. Should be a free kick coming up. Well done. El Salvador, that free kick that you just saw there, bellowing through Mr. Johnson. The more energy they expend on these fouls, wait for the second half for it to tell, especially the last 15 to 20, because I really feel that the professionals, Canada top professionals, train, work, know the game a lot better at a different level than a lot of the guys they're playing against. El Salvador is playing up to their level right now, not Canada. Canada is making El Salvador look good. And that's the bottom line. Here we go now. Shot coming in. Gets blocked. Canada get possession. Well done. Tejon Buchanan into the box. Attention of three defenders on Tejon Buchanan. Every time he gets the ball, he has one or two defenders on him. Ball chip back in. Alistair Johnson going for the replay. Wins a corner. Definitely wins a corner. Absolutely. And the referee agrees with us, guys. Hey, there you go. Corner coming up. 30 minutes gone. Remember, we're probably going to have 8 minutes or so added time due to the foul on Ortiz with the kick to the head from Chippy Ricky. Chippy Ricky, I tell you what, that will go down in history as the most lethal kick to the head ever that was not expected, especially after being fouled. And if you're not laughing, there's something wrong with you. Choinière now with the corner coming in. That's a corner. Get on the end of that one, fella. Well defended again. I tell you, El Salvador, for not having the height on Canada, is doing very well in the defending. We still need to get on top of them physically to start owning this game. Again, another corner coming up. Canada doing well so far. Jonathan David, shadow boxing, staying away from everybody, won't be touched. Corner comes in, another great corner. Get on the end of this one. Keeper punches it out. Keeper gets the free kick. El Salvador, free kick in their own penalty area. And if the referee thinks that's a foul, I'm laughing. You need to watch the replay. Watch Osorio. Did you see a foul on Osorio? I didn't see a foul. It makes me laugh, though. It really does. But that's CONCACAF. Looks like someone's got a little bit of a cut on the side of the head, going off to get stitched up or cleaned up. Referees sent them off. So for the foreseeable future, it's 10-11. Canada have a man up. And yeah, someone is definitely, I think it's Ortiz, that wound that he had earlier is oozing blood. And the referee don't like blood. Not your blood. So he's off getting stitched up and hopefully for a long time. Chippy Ricky going down. He's going to get intercepted. Chippy going down the wing now. Beautiful ball. Shuffleberg now. Can he cross the ball? Not fouled. Not fouled. But he is hurt. Chippy Ricky's going in for vengeance. Doesn't get there. Canada keeping possession. Shuffleberg's still down. He's just got back up, and he wasn't ready for the pass. But Chippy Ricky is going to give someone some good attention on their own goal line right now. And I tell you, Canada pressing deep in El Salvador territory, winning the throw. There's more effort coming now. There's more effort with the Canadian team. More legs are pumping. Less people are walking. People are now making decisions. And if you don't think that was a foul on Shuffleberg, you must be watching a different sport, ref. Keep laughing, guys. We're in this game. You'll see things happening. A different sport, ref. Keep laughing, guys. We're in this game. You'll see things happen more so now than you did earlier. Ball chipped off. DJ now onto the sideline. Tejon, right side, looking for things to happen. Taps off. Overflow. And we win the corner. Yet again, another corner. Overflow from Alistair Johnson. Pressure's starting to get to El Salvador. They're in a game. They know they're in a game, and as long as it stays 0-0, their confidence will be sky high. As soon as a goal goes in, you'll see a different kettle of fish in this match. Again, Chaunier with the corner. We need the ball just on a penalty spot. Between a penalty spot and a 6-yard box, put it on there, slam it in the back of the net. Cornelius, get up there. Ball goes all the way through. Canada hustling for the ball. Get possession back. Well stole. Canada going forward now. DJ. Or I should say JD, I should say. Canada winning the ball again and another foul. And tell you what, here it comes. He's off. Bye-bye. Get off. There you go. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Ortiz. You fouled too many times, you dirty bastard. Stop singing, Steve. There you go. He looks shocked, but you know what? 2 yellows is a red. And does he deserve it? Yeah, he does. I mean, he kept doing it, kept doing it, kept doing it. And I mean, if you don't think that last foul there coming up is deliberate, don't kid yourself. 2 legs, the scissor. Watch the scissor as he goes down low. Watch the scissor. 1, 2. There you go. That's as deliberate as it can be. And watch the cleats on the second scissor. Not the 1, the 2. He got him, and he got him good. And you can think that's probably a payback kind of battle foul on Seeger or Shiger, whichever you want. I'll tell you. Now it's 10-11. Canada needs to slow the game down, be more methodical, get the pattern spread, get the ball wide, stop running around, make the ball do the work, and simplify the game. A man up on El Salvador. We have to get at least 2 or 3 goals in this game, especially the last 10 minutes in this match. We've got another 8 minutes to add on at the end of it. Bang. 20 minutes plus to get a goal. Anyway, back into the chat. DJ Knox, the problem with CONCACAF refereeing is that we go from a clean tackle by Defoe, to a yellow card. It's BS. It totally is. It totally is. There's no symmetry with what's happening. There's no regulations to say this is the level to stay at. The referees are not all at that level. I mean, I can't think of a fantastic ref in many years. The game's live. Chaunier with the free kick. Ball comes in. Canada, 11 on 10. Keeper comes forward. Doesn't get it, but he will now. Punches he should have caught. Causes more problems for El Salvador. El Salvador now breaking out. They're not going to go far. The further they go down the field, the better it is for Canada, guys. Believe me. The more El Salvador players are down the field, the better it is for Canada. Because there'll be more space in behind. Let them expend the energy now by racing on forays on the wide side. Push them wide like we just did. Push them wide. Let them use that energy because I tell you, the last 20 minutes in the game, there will be a big difference. They did well. They nearly got a shot off. It was a great tackle at the end. But again, that game or that flow, it had fouls in it that weren't called. If they were, it wouldn't be a corner right now. However, El Salvador looking dangerous. 1 man down. Corner comes in. Great little corner. Well repelled by Canada once again. And horrendous control. Ball. Tejon, get the ball. Get it live. Let's go. 10 on 11. There must be an urgency now. We've got to have an urgency. There is a tendency when you go 11 on 10 for people to take it easy. We need literally to be urgent with the ball and everything we do to wear them down, wear them out, find the spaces, and literally get the ball in the back of the net. Jeffrey Perrin says, right on, you're gone. Spread them out. There you go. Jeffrey Perrin knows the situation. Spread them out. Use your width. Make them work. Let the ball do the work. Keep our legs, but make their legs run themselves out. This is now a game to get goals. Another form of a test for the team. Last game against Curaçao, that was 11 on 11. And it didn't really go the way we wanted it to go. This can go the same way as that one and finish like a lousy 0-0 if we continue to do nothing. You've got to make the ball do the work and pressure the ball every step of the way. We've got to man up now. And everybody has to go for it. There's no reason not to. Not now. You're in the group stage. Just go for it. Take the game by the horns. Pass the ball. Spread yourself and start the flow. And above all, patience. Just be basic and get it done. Back into the chat. Try to attract. We were momentarily 28th in the FIFA Live rankings before that Curaçao draw. Back to 29th now. Absolutely. And the real rankings coming up in July for sure. Shuffleberg now down the left side, holding the ball, not racing past the man, but passes past the man. Goes deep. Now he's getting the attention once to 10. Cross comes in early. Put it in. Put it in. Oh, my life. We nearly had the opening goal there. Nearly had the opening goal. However, I think there was an offside call. But that's the better way. Get the cross in early. More purpose to it. That's the way to break them open. See, one time. Hit it. Cross it in. Beautiful cross. Yeah, JD, Jonathan David was offside on that one, but he doesn't touch the ball. Interesting call. He didn't touch the ball. There's other forwards on that offensive move that weren't offside for that move to have stayed alive. Sometimes calls happen for strange reasons. Anyway, Gonzalez kicks the ball out, goes long, goes all the way deep into Canada's half on the edge of the box right now. There's a tussle for the ball. Who's coming up with it? Chaunier. Chaunier taps off. Jonathan David has a central ball. Gets it back. Lovely play by JD, keeping the ball down, keeping the team flowing, moving them up the field. Alistair Johnson. Lovely play by JD, keeping the ball down, keeping the team flowing, moving them up the field. Alistair Johnson, great interchange. Tejon now looks at the cross, comes inside, going for the throw-in. Another player who I do enjoy watching, and I'm sure you do too, Tejon Buchanan. He's grown and grown and grown and grown. Absolutely, voodoo pork chop. Now use the width, break them down. Totally, absolutely. Use the width, break them down. There's no excuse not to. You got the ball, use it. Ball coming in. It's in the middle of the box. There's a tussle and another free kick coming up against Shuffleberg. But again, guys, wait for that last 20 minutes. I really think it'll be very significant. Jeffrey Perrin, right on, you're gone. Spread them out. Claude, we need to keep possession and make them work and run around the pitch. Take advantage of that extra man. 100%. 100%, Claude. Keep them running. Keep them guessing. Keep them working their asses off. Now's the time to take it. It's a counter-attack. Counter-attack strike is what we need to do. Move the ball fast. Jonathan David going through the middle. And referee doesn't see the pull. The referee, Dickerson, is staying in control of the game, but he's letting it flow. Jonathan David getting a little frustrated by being pulled back there. I totally understand it, but the ref is trying to keep it flow, and he's not trying to become the policeman against El Salvador, which some referees might do so. 10 on 11. Remember, El Salvador down to 10 men. Back into the chat as you keep watching that wonderful game we're going. 41 minutes going. Soon we'll know exactly how much added time we've got, but it might be about 8 minutes, I'd say. Canada moving forward. Tic-tac-toe down the wing. Great pass. Shuffleberg trying to get there. He won't get there. It's a foul against Shuffleberg one more time. And El Salvador come up with the ball. 42 minutes to go. Put Shuffleberg on the right, coach, please. Get him on the right side. Give him a different pattern. Give him somewhere else to go. Tejon is world class. I badly want to see him doing backflips at the World Cup. Oh, could you imagine? Could you imagine, like, we're at the World Cup and we've got a group game and Tejon bangs one in and he starts doing flips, the whole world would see it, and he'd become an overnight sensation. He's doing well over there in Italia, in Serie A, with Inter Milan. He's doing great there. And people know what he is. He did okay at Bruges. That's why he went to Milan. But a World Cup, doing backflips, yeah. I mean, could you imagine it? Could you really imagine it? I could. I'd love it. I really would. Anywho, minutes to do. Chippy Ricky now, defending for his life for Canada. Keeping the Canadian territory, puts the ball all the way back to Maxime. Max looking pretty calm on the ball. Fujarelis moving forward. Keep him moving forward. Keep it moving forward. Square balls are not your friend. You need balls. North to south, people. North to south. East to west. That's a real pest. You're doing nups it through, doesn't get through. Tries. Canada coming in for a deep tackle here. Shawnier can't get it, and it goes out. Unfortunate throw. El Salvador. Again, El Salvador are going to be loving this so far. 0-0 so far. They're lucky. They're lucky, apparently. They're counting their lucky stars. Is it going to be 0-0? And another Curacao-style game? You have to think we are the team to make it change, and it's up to us to change the game in the second half. I'm sure Jesse's going to change or tweak it. But what would you tweak? We've seen nothing really to give ourselves an identity what needs fixing. Right now, it's a pure battle of attrition. We just need to bring up the quality switch. A few quality moves, and this game could be in the bank. That's all it is. A few quality moves. Someone needs to bring that quality. Who's it going to be? Is it JD? Is it Schaffelberg? Is it Tejon? Is Chouinier going to be the guy? We need someone to step up. We need an impact player to start owning the game right now. Someone with quality, someone with character, but someone's got to step up and own it. We're a great team, no doubt about it, but we need an individual to start the spark, because right now we're playing ourselves into another training game that's going to end in a tie, and we've got the advantage with the man, and that ball just goes out of play. It's unfortunate. That's not normal for JD to be so lacking on the skill set, but we need an impact player right now. Going into the chat, Claude says, would have been a great game to have Alphonso Davies to make them runs. Yes, I agree with you. Absolutely agree with you. But at the same time, switch the wide players. Get Schaffelberg on the right side. Bring Tejon to the left side. He'll change the balance of the game. Wherever Tejon is, he'll change the balance of the game. That then will release Schaffelberg on the far side to open space. That's what I see. And that's what I do right now for the second half. In fact, I'd do it right now. I'd just go switch right now. Everybody else is going to be able to compute that and make that work. It won't be a problem. Again, Canada getting into the game, but just need that goal to start settling the game. Throwing now. Alison Johnson throws it back. All the way to Forgerel. It's on the ball now, moving forward, looking for things to happen. Makes its way all the way to Schaff on the far side. Cornelius now, number 13. Beautiful ball in. Keeper should be in there, but that's in. Oh, what a great chance. What a great chance. Brilliant ball by Cornelius. What a great chance. What a brilliant cross. Cornelius really shaking his head how that doesn't go in the back of the net. But I can see he's trying to head it down at the near post, David, and bang. It just doesn't get in there. A little bit of luck. That would have been 1-0. But there's signs and there's food for thought that, yes, it can happen. Into the chats. Claude, Voodoo Pork Chop agreed. We don't look like we are upper man. We don't. And they do say that 10 men fight harder than 11, and they do. It's always been that way. And sometimes 10 men can pull a shocker being a win against the 11 players. And it's not that it doesn't happen a lot. It's quite the statistic that it does. Ball coming in far side. Referee sees the keeper cleanly, gets it out up front. But I tell you what, Canada need to be guarded. I tell you what, he's done that again twice now. That is another horrific challenge. That is a horrific challenge. That is deliberately trying to hurt a man. That is deliberately trying to hurt a man. He's done that twice in this game. Watch this. He's deliberately put Cornelius upside down. That is deliberate. You get the VAR on that, there's only one conclusion. A second red card. He's done it twice this game. Absolutely criminal. Criminal. Now, what you need to have happen there is in the second half, Cornelius needs to go right through him. And I mean that. You get a 50-50 ball, Cornelius needs to make that leg of his shake for the rest of the match with an absolute thunderous challenge. Not breaking his leg, but breaking his spirit. Shuffleberg now going through. Canada getting, I tell you what, point to the spot. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And get the card out as well. Thank you very much. Here we go. Now the game's getting lovely. And look at all these complaining Salvador players. They can't believe what's happening. Well, you know what? Try feeling that Predator boot on Shuffleberg's foot because it's still hot. Shuff goes past him, cleanly beat him. He's getting grabbed. That's normal. No problem there. But it's the challenge coming in. That one there and that one there. That's 2 men on one with one cause to take you down. Not even close to the ball. What card will fly here? But that's terrible. I tell you what, I said earlier about Shuffleberg being beaten up in this tournament. It's criminal. It really is. This is a football tournament. It's not a rugby tournament. And I'll tell you another thing as well. You might not like what I'm going to say right now. And I mean this in all respect to women referees. But this kind of game that now may well get out of action and get a little bit hot and literally physical, it's not the place for a woman referee to get mixed up in this because these guys could get a little hot and violent. And I mean that in all respect to women referees. You knew before this game that this had the potential to overflow and bubble over and burst. Right now, this is just the opening phase. Wait for another 45 minutes of what you could see happening here. And all this in front of the penalty right now, this is all to dissuade who's taking the penalty right now. Take it off your game and disrupt your mind. Whoever takes the penalty, period. We know JD's going to thrum it in. But whoever takes the penalty in these situations needs to stay very focused and not get caught up on all the excitement. But I tell you now, I believe we're in for some great entertainment with a very volatile game remaining. This ball needs to go in. This ball needs to go in. If this ball is saved by Gonzalez, El Salvador will grow again in stature and they will grow in confidence and they will go in at the half-time on cloud 9. This ball has to go in. I said there was going to be 8 minutes. There's 9. So there you go. JD, Jonathan David now looking for the go-ahead goal. Joe Dickerson, the referee, is doing a great job keeping the lid on this one because I tell you what, easily it could get out of control. JD, very focused. We've gone through all the circus. We've gone through all the pantomime. Now it's a time to step up 3 paces and put the ball in the back of net. Which way is he going, left or right? I've got a sneaky feeling he's going left. Oh, and it's saved. It's saved. And I tell you what, El Salvador are probably going to grow in stature. Salvador make another foul. Tejon Buchanan down again. Man, oh man, oh man. Goes up now. There's more action coming here. But let's tell you what, this one probably is going to overflow all the way through. But again, El Salvador save that party. They grow in stature. Looking at, he's got a line. He's got a foot on the line. Keeper's got a foot on the line. Not a great penalty. Not a great penalty. Not in the corner. It's the worst height to put a penalty. You put it low or you put it high, but if you put it about 3 foot off the ground, that is perfectamundo for a keeper just to shimmy across and make the save that you just saw Gonzalez make. I'm not going to say the word terrible, but that was a bad penalty by a man who's normally so clinical. So we can't come down too hard on Jonathan David, now can we? However, he'll know that wasn't his best. The save from Gonzalez, hey, you can't take that away from him. You can't take that away from him. Great action. Back into the chat. Trotty Matrat, good call. We already lost Ali Ahmed to an injury. Yes, we did. We don't need to lose anymore. Voodoo Porkchop in the chat says, easy call. ES Dirty Classic CONCACAF. Absolutely, bruv. That's what we explained all before the game started, what we were going to expect. Joe Dickerson is going to the video replay. Get ready, babies. Get ready, because I tell you what, watch carefully. Bang, you're gone. I'm telling you before they come back. Joe Dickerson has a great match on his hands. He'll probably never forget this. You probably won't forget this. We're only at half time nearly. There's going to be 2 red cards in one half. You got El Salvador players riding yellows. There's going to be more in the second half. I tell you what, we want to be careful that people don't collect too many cards and have hardly any players. But that was 100% elbow to the face. And that was 100% deliberate. She couldn't look any other way. Watch the referee. He's coming out. Bye. Bye. That's 2 of you. That's 2 of you. What do you mean? What do you mean? What for? You got caught on camera. Bye. Get off the field. You're a disgrace. You're a disgrace. Now watch this woman. Watch the female referee here. She's doing a great job. Keep your eye on the female ref. This is a tough moment for her. She just came up legions. She did an amazing job. Excellent job. Excellent job. Now we got some excitement. And who forgot about the penalty we just missed, hey? 2 red cards, a missed penalty. I mean, you wanted a game with action. I think you got one right now. Don't go anywhere. Do not go anywhere. And I wonder what they're saying on TV. I couldn't give one. I couldn't give one what they're saying on TV in actual fact. I care what you say. What are you thinking about this game so far? I want you to bring up one word defining this game for you. Let's see what you think about this. I'll tell you what I think once I've seen a few, but going into the chat. The Pico, too casual, 100% Voodoo Pork Chop, 100%. Trout's got a mizzy face on, he's not happy. Claude, not a good penalty shot, got to do better, totally. Seamus O'Leary, big up Seamus. This game is like a bag of potato chips you can't open. Yes, I tell you, it's like a bag of potato chips you can't open. Absolutely love it. Ball coming in now, free kick deep into the box. Cleared again, one more time for the throw-in. I tell you, we got a great second half coming up. I tell you. Still got 5 minutes left in this one. It's still 0-0. And it should be 1-0. That's the way you fire the ball cross field. Shuffleberg now on the edge of the box. Takes it. Crosses early. Beautiful. Put it in. Coming on the overflow now. Canada still in possession. Taps off. Bad pass. That's a hospital ball if I ever saw one. If you're going to pass it, make sure he gets on the end of it. You're setting someone to get a broken leg on that kind of pass. Canada now replaying the ball. Going back forward now. Chippy Ricky. Going over halfway, fires it to Shuff on the left side, sorry. Shuffleberg again, looking to take on his man, passes off. Chippy Ricky on the ball, back to Shuffleberg on the left wing. Deeper back to Cornelius, going to the right side. Canada recycling the ball, moving forward. Good possession. Shuffleberg again, left side, looks to get the cross off, can't do it. Cornelius taps off one time. Choinière again, in deep now. JD has the ball in deep. It's gone away from him, and get a corner. I tell you what, intricate, tight, no space, but Canada making the ball do the work. That's what we've got to do. Make the ball do the work. Keep El Salvador guessing. Referee's doing a great job. El Salvador trying to own the referee, but Joe Dickinson is having none of the BS. He's like, get on with your game. I'm the referee. I'm doing my job. You do yours. And there we go. There we go. There's your halftime coming up to you. Wow. What a first half. Not bad, eh? Not bad at all. Woo. Well, we've got a few things to go through in the half, but I tell you what. Coach, one of the side coaches to El Salvador, has got a red card. So we got 3 red cards in the first half. 3 red cards in the red card game. Because that's what it looks like right now. Going into the chat. Claude, damn, down to 9 men. So sad, hey? Whoops. But yes, Seamus O'Leary said this game is like a bag of potato chips you can't open. That's lovely, man. It's so funny. Hushman. Canada should win this game in the second half now. I bloody hope so. I mean, come on. We've had no flow. We haven't aimed it. We haven't earned it. We haven't pushed it. We really haven't done too much. We've literally in a battle of attrition. Ref's done as much as he could. El Salvador have come with what they can. A great defensive game. They're literally piss and vinegar all over the field, but they're in your face. They're going to hit you like a little brick wall because they're not diminutive with nothing. They're diminutive brick walls, yeah? Small guys with lots of passion, lots of toughness. They come through you. You've seen some of the most ridiculous challenges in the first half, hence the 2 red cards, yeah? but they're going to stay alive. They're going to keep coming. 9 men against 11. Get wide. Spread out. If you want to, Jesse, bring on some quick legs in 60 minutes, no later than that. These late substitutions don't work. So let's get on to the second half and talk about some of what we had for it. But I'm going into the chat right now because you are the stars. Jeffrey Perrin says big smiles, and that's obviously because of Dos Carta Roja, 2 red cards. Vida Pork Chop. Trout says the young peeps not remember when Canada was much weaker and El Salvador was a big rival of ours. That's a brilliant point, Trouty. Brilliant point, mates. Absolutely. El Salvador used to be much tougher to us than they are right now, and we're making them look better than they are. But yes, going back in time, the senior crew with the natural colored hair, we actually have seen the worst times for Canada on the football field where we were nobodies. And we were treated like nobodies. And we looked like nobodies. Now we're somebodies. Yeah, we really are. But it's a great point you make, though, because El Salvador used to be a lot more tougher to us than they are in this one. But, hey, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it in a really nice kind of way. Who doesn't like to see the other team get red cards, especially when it's that ridiculous what they're doing? I mean, they're not even trying to hide the nasty sentiment. The times that Jacob Schaffelberg has nearly had his leg broken the last couple of games is ridiculous. CONCACAF need hanging out to dry for their refereeing and what they're allowing. It's absolute physical abuse. Back into the chat. Claude says, lacking is the word. Yes, lacking. Beautiful, beautiful. Lacking is the word I would use. Yes, yes, yes. I tell you what, we're going to use that. Lacking. Canada is lacking. Yeah. I've never seen 3 reds. There you go. Jeffrey Perrin says, I've never seen 3 reds. Jeffrey, prediction. Maybe not 2, but I can see at least 1 more red card coming. El Salvador's going to get stretched. They're going to get pissed off. They're going to get angry. It's going to blow over. That passion, that lovely Latino passion is going to go unleashed. And the referee, Joe Dickerson, he's going to have no choice in the second half to bring out more cards because some of the fouls that we're going to get to see, I think, is really going to boil over. And the end of the game, that too could be a real hot spot where it's like you're in the frying pan now and it's going to just burn until there's nothing left. So it's going to be interesting what we need to do in that moment, or those moments in the second half when they do come through with that physical nature and the nastiness. Step back. Don't be Chippy Ricky and put yourself in there, but step back as much as you can. There's nothing to be gained by Canada going down to their level. And I mean that with all respect to El Salvador. La Selecta is better than what they're bringing today. I'll tell you that now. But we would be better off to stay away from going down to their level. Stay as you are and be good with it. Possession now, some stats. 71% possession for Canada, 29% for El Salvador. 5 shots to 2, 1 on target for Canada, 5 corners to 1 in favor of Canada. So literally, you see the numbers. Canada's owning the stats, but we're not owning the game. Even when we were 1 man up, we were not owning the game. Now, 2 goals up, also 2 men up, we should start to own the game. Just going into the game stats itself one more time, guys, because I didn't get complete with the stats. But we will. But again, I got to tell you, the point I'm making is that the last 15, 20 minutes, we haven't changed the flow of the game. We haven't impacted the match. We haven't literally taken advantage of the opportunity given. Now it's 2 red cards. How many more red cards do we need to take away from the other team to reduce them by number for us to get into the game? Now we got to start making a literal statement in this second half. And I think a statement would be 3-0, if not more. But watch for the fireworks still to come because I really feel they're still coming. And Ortiz and Enrique, 2 red cards in 10 minutes, literally. Unforgivable. That's unforgivable from the international level because you just blew your top, you lost your minds, and literally you cost your nation. And I just think that if they could take that back, they would. But again, second half, we got to spread out. own the ball, and calm it down. We're playing way too fast in areas where we've got no space. Now that there's two guys gone, there will be space. And literally watch for Canada to surround the penalty area. Cycle the ball left and the right. But we've got to be good with the crosses. The crosses so far tonight, sparingly, haven't been on. The corners by Choinière, I tell you what, get a big target man on the end of Choinière's corners. I think the corners have been fine. He's putting the ball right in the kill zone where someone can get onto the end of it and with the momentum, power it into the net. Keeper would have no chance. We're bigger than them physically. Get over in the game. Second half. And the red cards, like I say, totally deserved. The red card against Henriquez for the elbow, I'll tell you what, there'll probably be more to come from that. That might not be a one game. That could be a 3-game ban. The first red card, simple 1-game ban. The second red card, possibly a 3-game ban. It's violent play, and it was a complete elbow. VAR have the file. They're going to send that to FIFA. The Canadian Soccer Association will be sending that to FIFA, no doubt. FIFA will make a ruling on it. Back into the chat. Voodoo Pork Chop says midfield needs changes. I absolutely agree, I absolutely agree, man. Bivy Up says take Shuppleberg off there, getting to injure him. Yep, they're going to injure him. I'll tell you what, Ahmed, when he got injured the last game first, he should have been taken off immediately, remember? But they kept him on there. They played him, and he didn't want to come off, apparently. When you're injured, you're injured. That's what your physio's there for. Don't let the guys injure themselves further. Be professional about it. That's what you're getting your money for. That's why you're in the Canadian staff. You see the injury, you treat the injury, remove the player from the scene. Moving on. But yeah, gotta say. Seamus O'Leary, I can see the critics of Canada having their say if Canada doesn't win by at least 2 goals now. Absolutely. And you would have to say they would be right. Coming in with a 6-0 shellacking over Honduras, and now you're down to this level? What's wrong? Where's the mojo gone? What's upset everything? Maybe because you kept changing the team. If you've got a winning team, don't change it. Everybody in football or soccer knows if your team's winning, you don't change, you don't meddle, you don't toy with it. The activity, the knowing to find a player blind. The ball comes in, I just head it that way because I know Cornelius is running in behind me, or I know JD is moving to the left, so I'll just chest it off and let it go to him. Keep the ball flowing, but keep the team together. Why would you have changed it? Just imagine he doesn't change the team after the first game and puts the nucleus on against Curaçao. They demolish Curaçao. And in this game right now, you wouldn't have the red cards like you do. You probably see Canada 2-0 up. And the one thing about Canada getting the goals in this game is it kills the passion. You're 2-0 up against Salvador. They're still going to fight, but they're not going to kill themselves like it is right now with 0-0. Just saying. Why would you change it up? I would never have changed that team from the first game. I'd have kept the team flowing all the way through the tournament as far as we went, not jinxing anything, but keep the team flowing. You came to a tournament. Did you come for a kickabout at some beer and chase amateur kickabout? It's CONCACAF's gem. You should have come here prepared all the way through. Draw your minds back to when we took penalties a couple of games ago. Jesse Marsh didn't even realize it was penalties. He didn't know we're going there. Wasn't prepared for it. Didn't have the guys set up for it. Just saying. There seems to be some... Just saying. Going into the chat where the people who know what they're saying say it. Seamus O'Leary, I can see the critics. Absolutely. And he says 2 goals is what we need now. Voodoo Pork Chop, Latino passion or reframed to immature, indisciplined hotheads? I'd go with both. And I'd also add this, lack of respect. No respeto, senor. No respect, sir. No respect. They've shown no respect. That's fine. You don't want to show the opposition any respect because it's the enemy. But it's the nasty sentiment. And yeah, immature, undisciplined hotheads. I'd give you that one too. Seamus O'Leary back into chat. Winning this game means playing Guatemala instead of Panama. Yeah. So I think it's important to put this to bed sooner than later. I absolutely agree with you, bruv. Totally, 100%. Untold FL, big up to your fella, big up. As much as I don't like him, we need to bring in Larin. Might be the key to the game. Might be the key to the game. Remember what I said in the last game about Larin? Direct. Put the cross in. He'll get on the end of it. He's not the guy to go past 3 guys on his own with skill because he ain't got that game. But as you point out, put him in, get him on the end of something big. You can have another forward do the same job. But the guys recognise Larin. Can he get it done? It'd be great for his street creds, but we need a target man. We haven't had a target man get on the end of anything really tonight, but we haven't had the service. With 2 guys up, that should change. Don't forget the women's team playing on the 27th coming up. And remember, like, subscribe, get in this channel, get in the family, and get in every game. And I tell you, I'll remind you when games are on, when you've forgotten, and you'll be watching, listening like you are right now. And you know who I'm talking to, don't you? Anyway, Claude says, if we play like this in the knockout rounds, we're going home early. Got to score your penalties. We certainly do, don't we, hey? And what have we been bad at recently? Penalties. Are we England in disguise? Are we England in disguise? You know, Joel, I love him. I love him. And he gets the legs pumping as well. If you've got the back line pumping with the legs a bit better, yeah? Everybody goes up and down the field a lot easier. That unison. Everybody moves as a team up and down, yeah? You're pumping up and down, and the legs are pumping. Waterman, his legs are always pumping. I have no reservations with him. I'm quite happy with the defensive play too. So, yeah, bring him on in. I like the thought there, DJ. Like it a lot. Food Pork Chop. El Salvador is playing like my Sunday morning Farmers League. Yes, they are. They are. And you know what? They'll be like, and we are loving it, senor. Very much. But yeah, El Salvador is playing like my Sunday morning Farmers League. That's funny. Jeffrey Perrin, Larin, north-south. There you go. North to south. We've had too much of this east to west ball play. Got to go north to south. Otherwise, what are you doing it for? You're not going to hurt anybody going east to west. It's like kissing your sister. No, it was a good old hockey term. But anywho, got to keep it going. Got to keep it going. And Voodoo Pork Chop says, David keeps dropping into the midfield. Stay in the offensive third. Well done. That's another good thing. I can understand why he's doing it. He's getting no service. He wants to come in, touch the ball, keep warm, yada, yada, make cycles, get runs going in that the defense doesn't know. So there's all little attributes what comes off that coming back into midfield. But the bottom line is you're paid as a striker, not a creative midfielder. Get in your damn spot is what you're saying. And I totally agree with you. Absolutely bloody agree. Get in your spot. People will find you in front of the net. They won't find you in midfield, JD, because that's not where you'll be. You'll be in front of the net, tapping it in. Beautiful little header, but always precise with the finish. DJ Knox, if they leave DF in, I would say 70% chance that he gets a second yellow. Marsh needs to show some wisdom now. Yes, he does. We're getting ready for the second half. Did you like the no break? Yes, Claude, or whoever it was, said it last time. I think it was the Whitecaps catheter. Don't have one of them, but I'm doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. So here we go. We are set for the second half. 11 plays 9. Ortiz, Henriquez. Both getting red cards, 35 minutes and 45 minutes plus 9. It is a night to remember here in Houston, the Shell Energy Stadium. Canada now, 2-man to the good. No goals to the good. We need to see goals scored. And Canada now fighting for the break, now going forward. Ball across. And a bit of a soft shot deflected. Should be a corner to Canada. And a few Canadian fans in behind the goal there, waving the flag. Bit of a disappointing crowd again. And I got to say, all through Gold Cup, crowds have been pretty disappointing, though. Anyway, it's the second half of the game that can blow over like a volcano if we're lucky. Schaffelberg now takes the corner to Choinière. Choinière now has it. Passes off to Schaffelberg. No, he doesn't. Tries the cross. Gets the cross in. Lovely ball. Going straight out for a goal kick to El Salvador. And like I say, La Selecta, they'll be loving this. The longer it stays 0-0, the happier they're going to be. The longer it stays 0-0, the more frustrating it's going to become for Canada. And that's why I say the national team needs to just keep the patience. Total professionals. They know what they're doing. But keep that professional edge. But above all, we got to whip the ball fast. Slow balls, no goals. Fast balls, lots of. And stay in your position. JD in his position collects the ball from midfield like he doesn't normally. Goes past one, goes past two, and he's taken down. Definitely bring out the yellow card referee. Definitely bring out the yellow card referee. Not seen by the referee again. Dangerous, dangerous action here. Players need protection. Top line players need protection. David is still down, and the referee is now noticing Jonathan David. But top players need protection. And if you don't afford them that protection, you're going to have some big clubs start to say, you're not going to CONCACAF competitions. If they cannot protect a prize item like Jonathan David, you have to think, am I going to go back to that competition? You don't see the fouls at a full FIFA World Cup like you witness here in this CONCACAF. You don't. It wouldn't fly. So why do we watch it? Why do we accept it in CONCACAF? It's so dangerous at times. You're talking possibility of career-ending injuries. Ahmed, that was disastrous what happened to him. Ball coming wide now. Shuffleberg has the ball at his feet. Crosses, goes out for a corner. No corner. Shuffleberg's laughing his ass off. I'm laughing too. I hope you are as well, because I tell you, yeah, 100% Stonewall goal kick for Canada. I mean, honestly, back into the shot. Voodoo Porkchop, David keeps dropping it in the midfield. You saw it again. Absolutely. Voodoo Porkchop says, great point. Marsh needs to manage the yellows. Ref will look to even it out. No doubt about it. Great point again. Great point again. Untold FL. What is this referee smoking? Yeah, I tell you what, it's maybe I'd say it's probably an indica, because he's like so smashed, he's probably ready to sit in the back of the couch, or maybe he is part of the couch on a big indica blunt. Who knows? How about that one? The most obvious yellow I've ever seen. Referee is scared. Another call, clear corner. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. We need to stay wide and get the ball working, put the spread on, and get that second and third after we get the first. Because I tell you what, once you get one, you're going to see more. You're going to see a lot more. And expect El Salvador to start rotating the substitutions as well. That will also break down the flow of the game. And they're going to take throw-ins very slowly. And everything that El Salvador has to touch, you'll think that they're playing with people maybe of 65 to 70 years of old. They're going to do it a little bit slower than your 18-year-olds. I'm joking, obviously. But you're going to see it. They're going to slow the game down, use the clock, win the refs if I can, and literally become very frustrating to play against. And when you're 2 men down, what other opportunities do you have? That's the way you got to play. Free kick coming up again to Canada. Chippy Ricky doesn't lose his cool, and that's good, because if he does, he's probably going to get a yellow card and look to climb up to red card status, which we don't need. Canada moving forward. Well, I'm gonna concur with you something here, and you heard it. I said you need to get Tejon on the left and Schaff on the right. Look what's happened. Canada now probing. Calm it down and pass smooth. That's the key to this one. Smooth passes, not like that. Nice and calm. Smooth passes would have done the trick. Keep it going. Canada's in for something here. I think what you got is a bit of a damaged mojo with the national team at the moment. Once they get one, the game will be a lot more enjoyable for them as players. They'll be starting to get something out of their work. And look how long that's take a goal kick. Look for 30 seconds every goal kick, and I'm telling you straight, you look for that. Count the seconds. We need to calm it down when we got the ball, not race around like gazelles. Just nice and methodical. Get the flow built, spread it around, and execute in front of net. Keep it simple is the key to the game. Back into the chat. That was a yellow. If this ends 0-0, we'll be the laughing stock and not get the respect we want and deserve. We got to win this 3 or 4-0. Absolutely. Absolutely. We know how to put these teams away. It's just a case of do it and keep it direct. Great ball in, coming through, back out again. Canada now looking to get possession. They do. Breaking, tap it off. Tejon goes in, cuts inside. Referee bringing it back. Free kick coming against Canada. And watch this take. It's now 51-10. Wait to see when the ball's kicked. 51-10 was the foul. Wait to see when the free kick gets taken. You'll see exactly how they're killing the clock. The ball was nowhere where Gonzalez is right now. 15. As the ball is kicked. 32 seconds for the free kick. They're going to do that for the rest of the game. I told you minutes ago it'll take 30 seconds. 32 seconds on that one. You'll see what's happening. Canada get a free kick. It'll probably take about 10, 15 at the most. So they're working the clock. It's up to us to work the board. Back into the chat. Voodoo Pork Chop says, using the width for 45 minutes will earn a result. 100%. 100%. Tejon goes wide. And again, El Salvador doing great in defense. El Salvador's best trait is defending. They spend most of their life doing that. They're not a goal machine. They're not attractive up front. They're a match-making team that goes through games through attrition. This is a battle of attrition right now, and El Salvador is quite used to it. Canada now taking the shot, and in you go. Score the first goal. Kill them off now. Get in there, baby. Get in there, baby. JD does what he does best. We forgive you with the penalty, my fella. Now go and bag some more. Way to go, JD. Way to go, JD. Way to go, Canada, for keeping their heads, keeping it simple, playing direct, and literally not getting suckered into a game that could go wrong and overflow and pick up cards and make us look like El Salvador. We cannot go down to their level, and I mean that football terms. No disrespect to El Salvador. They're doing a great job with the defensive game, but we need to stay at our level. Now, I'm demanding another 3 goals to make this look right. What about you? No, a lovely finish by JD, though. Got to say, does the keeper really get on this one good? He has no chance. It's right into the corner. And JD looks up before he shoots it. Use that defender as a shield. Beautiful. Keeper's never getting there. Not in a million years. Not in a million years. Back into the chat. Portugalis, 1998. Goal! DJ Knock, Wino subs, question mark. Exactly. Portugalis, 1998. Finally, laugh out loud. I'm laughing with you, bro. Absolutely. Voodoo Pork Chop, bomb! Woo! Claude, finally. Absolutely. Trying to trout. I tell you, I love all the expressions there because it really, what you all just said there, depicts what we've just gone through. Tejon Buchanan using the body well, goes wide. Going down the left wing. He's got support from Ricky Chippy. Chippy Ricky doesn't go. Tejon goes past again. And that's a penalty. That has to be a penalty. What is the referee not looking at? What is this guy not looking at? Is this referee even up to this level? Wow, I tell you, there's been some really questionable calls. Really questionable. But hey, the expressions. Goal, Portugalis here. Wino subs, DJ Knox. Portugalis here, 1998. Finally, laughs out loud. Claude, finally. Troutmouth. Phew! Absolute. DJ Knox, there's only 40 minutes left in this match. Bring Coney in and take the F play with a back 3 and 3 midfielders. I tell you, 3-3-4, why not? In this game, you don't need full defense, do you? You don't need full midfield. Stack it up top, hit the goals. Totally agree with you. Totally agree with the DJ. Corner coming in. Repelled again by El Salvador. Kept alive. Chippy Ricky in midfield with the ball. Goes to the right side. JD taps it off. Schaffelberg now makes a bad play. El Salvador coming out. Intercepted one more time. Lovely play. Goes wide. Cuts inside. Tejon Buchanan one-on-one with the keeper. 2-0. Suck it out of that one. Boom. Game over. Beautiful. Now, keep going. Keep going. More goal. And yes, TJ's giving the old finger to be silent. Beautiful. 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 We've got to keep the tempo on now. 2-0's not enough. 2-0 makes no impression when you're 2 guys up. We need to go 4 or 5. And people need to stop walking. And we've got to get this job done. It's now a mission to hit the net. Can't stop. We've got to hit the net. Keep that mission. The anger that the guys are feeling right now from the first half of all that kicking, fouling, scratching, pissing, everything they went through is now going to pay off. Beautiful finish again. TJ, beautiful. Tejon, beautiful. Absolutely great finish. Watch the finish. Inside the keeper's near post, beats the keeper, embarrasses the keeper with an absolute world-class finish. Keeper had both hands swatting at it, can't stop it, and it wasn't a bullet. It was passed into the net. Absolute brilliant finish. Absolute world-class. Tejon Buchanan, can't get enough of him. Can you sell him a bit up for this one? Put your guys here. There we go. 2 now. Absolutely. Claude, now we're talking. Trout, LFG. Voodoo Pork Chop. Didn't see it. Untold FL. There we go. El Salvador should just go home. Beautiful. Voodoo Pork Chop one more time. Make them pay for their undisciplined play. Trout says, Shawnye, the master of the perfect cross. I tell you now, Choinière impresses me every time he floats a ball. He's so accurate. He has the right weight on the ball. The ball goes the perfect distance. If you want it on your toe, he'll put it there 40 yards away. You want it on the side of your bunts, he'll make it happen. Great quality. Remember I said what we now need was the quality? We've seen 2 moments of quality. I asked for 2 moments before half-time. It's come late. Better late than never. 57 minutes in. Game's looking better. Watch the VAR now. Watch the VAR now. De Forreales comes down. Yellow card comes out. I'll tell you what, this referee is far, far, far too lenient. Joe Dickerson, your dad wasn't tough enough on you. Keep laughing. Into the chat. I love that one. Voodoo Pork Chop, make them pay for their undisciplined play. Loving it, loving it. Claude, Voodoo Pork Chop, agreed. Make them play. Absolutely. Tejon the man on the wide side, passing it off to Chippy Ricky inside to Choinière, who's becoming a little bit of a general. For Gireles now, sitting behind Choinière. Choinière straight to the wing. Tejon now. 2-on-1. Canada making them run. Now it's make them pay. Get them running. Find the holes. Simple balls, as you've just seen in the last couple of minutes. The simple ball through. Push it in there. Polish it off. Let's have number 3. Come on, polish it off now. Let's have number 3. Right side, Shuffleberg, where he should be. Keep him away from the left wing, Jesse. Come on. Choinière now looking to open things up. Back to your man, Schaff. Come on, Schaff. Put one in there. Lovely cross ball. Dangerous. Referee comes. Saves the goalkeeper, who literally seems to have been poleaxed. And, you know, I don't think it was a fair thing to literally give us the penalty or the foul. I think the referee could see the keeper coming out. He gets the ball. But, hey, P. David, keep it cool. Walk away. You're winning. I don't think you could. I'll tell you, there was something there. Watch the rebound after the fact. After the fact. No, he doesn't. Keep looking at the replays. Keep watching the replays. Is there a kick out? Is there a kick out? Not at all. There's nothing in it. It's a coming together. Is it a foul? Because he's a goalkeeper, I guess. Trout. Choinière, the master of the perfect crossbody. I tell you, he is. Love what he brings. Love what he brings. Agreed. Make them play. Jeffrey Perrin, 4-0 still possible. Absolutely. Jeffrey, I tell you what, I think 4-0 is the start line for this one. We need to get to the 4-0. Absolutely. El Salvador bringing on 3 right now. Tejada, Cibrian, and I think it's Talejeda. 3 coming on. Osorio's come off, and I tell you what, he's probably better off to come off. But 3 fresh pairs of legs coming on for El Salvador. Will that make a difference? Probably not. Back into the chat where all the best chats come through. Choinière, the master of the perfect cross. Love that statement. Love that statement. Word again. Trout. Claude says, agreed. Make them play. Jeffrey Perrin, 4 still possible. We know that one. Jeffrey also says, you're right about Tejon on the wing. Mate, honestly, he is so powerful on that side of the wing. You know, why give him 1 foot? He can come across and slide the ball in. Yeah, I think that's where he needs to be. Jesse Marsh, he's coached a few teams, but he's always been found out about his tactics at times. I think we've seen some inabilities in the last couple of games that surprisingly shock us all. I'll just leave it at that. Everybody needs a good kick in the ass once in a while to get you to raise your game or get you back to the level that you're at. Jesse having a kick in the ass from CONCACAF for one reason, from us, the fans, and from the media and whoever else. We're the fans. It's rightful so. You know what you're talking about. So it's good to see that he's starting to make some proper decisions. We're literally at the end of time where we need to start making subs if we're doing it. And there you go. In comes Kyle Larin. And I tell you what, you got your guy. You got your guy. He's coming in. Claude says the centre-back has been making those types of fouls on us all night long. Absolutely. It's as if they were programmed or briefed to be somewhat over-physical. But that's only going to play against you when you're playing skilled players. Canada got plenty of skilled players to literally take care of that. But again, 2-0 right now, 4-0 is the benchmark. I wouldn't mind 6. He's going to get there. Tejon now tearing down the left wing. 1-on-1. Fakes inside, passes off. Beautiful play. Shot coming in and goes wide of the goal. Kone in to the match. And that shot, yeah, should have been better. Should have been better. Wouldn't you think? Wouldn't you think? Wouldn't you think? Wouldn't you think? I think so. I think so. I think so. Okay, substitutions just to bring you up to date. Jonathan David out. Jefferson in. Joel Waterman is in. And Cornelius is out. Just as you're tuning in. Ismail Kone comes in for Alistair St. Clair. And I've got to say, Kyle Larin in for Promise Akimpelu. One thing I will say is that Kone has the opportunity now to get on and get into this game. I hope he takes the opportunity because this is when he needs to stand up. He's got the chance now to get time in, turn the last game around, and really put himself back in the frame. Chaunier now, owning the ball in midfield. The little general, as I'm calling Chaunier now. Tapping it off. Larin. Chippy Ricky. Over to Kone. Kone now to Tejon. Kone again looking for things to happen. Going east to west. Canada needs to go north to south to the little chip ball. There it goes. Not going to make it, but we'll get the scraps. Shufflebug on the edge of the box now. Looks to cross. Gets the corner out of it. No, he gets the throw in. More urgency. Quicker feet. Canada looking for the third goal. 2-0 up. And El Salvador looking to get out of town with as least damage as possible. 2 red cards. Ortiz and Henriquez. 35th minute and 45 minutes plus 9. Referee Joe Dickinson's having a great time. Not really calling everything. Would you say he's letting him play or he's not seeing things? Sometimes he doesn't see everything, and that's just the nature of the beast at times. Shufflebug on the right side, and they're looking for things to happen. In midfield. Canada cycling left. Kone on the edge of the box. Taps off. Tic-tac-toe. Canada trying to make things happen with skill. And repelled once again. Great defending. El Salvador doing great defending. No doubt about it. Just had I believe what I saw was somebody throwing on a part of a seat. Something came onto the field there. If you know what that was, guys, let me know. But looked like it was a seat. Referee's getting the ball, going to replay the game, but it looked like someone chucked a seat on the field. Trouty McTrout says, you called Kone, get him back in quick too after the last game. Well, there he is. You know, confidence is what I'm saying. You can't be bad on him. You got to keep him happy. You got to keep him in the team. We know he has moments of genius. It's those moments we wait for. But by putting him on the bench and killing his mojo, you'll never see it again. Kyle Larin now battling away. El Salvador doing what they do best and defending with their lives. Excellent defending, you got to say. 2-0 down. Nothing to play for but to keep the damn con down. And they're going to cycle in players too. But don't kid yourself. El Salvador's not having a bad time. They're enjoying life. There's plenty of smiles on the bench. Not many smiles. So don't forget, we will be doing the live quarterfinals as we move through the tournament. Then whoever gets into the semifinals. Right now, this puts Canada in the driving seat, and it makes us line up against Guatemala in the quarterfinal. So I'm quite happy about that. My first ever game watching Canada on the road was Canada-Guatemala in 2004, 21 years ago. It finished 1-1. Frank Yallop was the coach. Nice tic-tac-toe shot on net. Great save. Gonzalez keeps it at 2. That'll make his night. Yallop was the coach. Nice tic-tac-toe shot on net. Great save. Gonzalez keeps it at 2. That'll make his night. Getting on the end and making a decent save. But yes, 21 years ago, Guatemala, Swangard Stadium. Frank Yallop was the coach. We were literally going nowhere, but great days, and you got to remember the bad days to enjoy the good days, because them guys that are so young in the junior crew, you're enjoying the good days. The senior crowd, us senior crowd, we remember the rotten days into the good days, and it was a long, painful journey. Tejan on the edge of the box, taps off now. Shaunier has the ball to Chippy Ricky. Chippy Ricky goes far side right. Great ball. Shuffleberg looks to get it in. Tries to tap off. No foul. Wins the ball back. Well done, Shuffleberg. Takes a shot. Deflected one more time. Great effort by Shuffleberg, you got to say. He could have gone down. He could have stayed down. He knew he'd lost the ball by his own lack of skill in the moment. But he fights, gets the ball, keeps the move alive. And that's why Seager now fires it back for Gireles into Chippy Ricky, Larea. Shaunier, Tejan, 1-on-1, 1-on-2. I don't know why Shaunier doesn't cross the ball from there. It's a great open. Get the curl on it. He's done it before. Get the crosses coming in deeper. Again, back to the left side. Shaunier takes the rebound, keeps possession, looking to press. Chippy Ricky now, looking to go right, passes off, looking for the space. It's a little too slow right now. We're making life easy for defenders. Needs the ball to be sped. It's got to be slick. Shuffleberg now crosses in, goes far side, and away. Another easy clearance from El Salvador. He's only one man against the world up front. Can he get in the middle? He's trying to, and he goes down, and the referee calls maybe a free kick. But again, Gonzalez in net, keeping it at 2, making a fine save. Of a pretty decent shot by Shaunier, although it was pretty central. Had it been in the corner, I doubt whether Gonzalez gets to it, and it would have been 3-0. But again, fine margins. Canada now 2-0 up, looking a lot better than they did 10 minutes ago. Let's put it that way. Now time to make the extra 2 men count. Remembering, El Salvador, 2 red cards in the first half. Ortiz, Enriquez, 35 and 45 minutes plus 9. Canada now on the ball at the edge of the box. Shuffleberg now looking to cross. Does indeed get the cross, far post. Headed back in, kept alive. Canada keeping possession. Excellent play up front. Going back into the chat while you guys watch the pressure in front of the El Salvador box, but something's about to break. You can just literally feel it happening. It's just a matter of a moment of one piece of quality, and it'll be 3-0. Canada literally queuing up to get that ball in the danger spot. Shuffleberg now very patient, very patient. Going out for throw-in. Canada get the throw-in into the chat. Seamus O'Leary, I feel Kone just needs to get some confidence back. So this is okay for me. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm not looking for Kone to change the game, but I'm just looking for him to get something done. Takes the shot. There's Kone's shot. Wins a free kick. Sorry, wins a corner. And I'm sure... So there's your time wasting. You go down because the ball hurt you. Now you're complaining about cramp. What a load of horse. Sorry. DJ Knox, why can't Jefferson ever seem to get into a match? You know what? It seems that way, doesn't it? If I was the coach, I'd have Jefferson running up and down the sideline for 15 minutes before he gets in the game. I'd make sure that whole body was warmed through, because right now he's playing with a cold man touch. Cold man touch is quite simple. The phrase professionals use when someone comes in and they're not in the timing, they're not in the spirit, they're not in the mojo, they're not in the get-to-it physical, they're not in it. Corner now. Shaunier, beautiful corner. One at a time. Chippy Ricky picks up the rebound. Back to Shaunier. Cross should be coming in on the edge of the box now. A little tic-tac-toe. Waste of time move there. Should have been a shot on net or get it left and right and crosses in. Little bit of indecision there. And questions about Seager. Is he a midfielder? Is he not a midfielder? Well, you make up your own mind. Great little assist on Tejan Buchanan's goal. Back into the chat. Yes, Honduras, Curaçao tied at 1 apiece right now. All good for us. Excuse me. Gonzalez taking an absolute light year to take that free kick. He'll get there soon, maybe in another light year. There it goes. I'm looking at everybody on the field, and there are a few people walking. We need to get the legs pumping. 72 minutes in, we need 2 more goals for this to look respectable. 2-0 with 2-man advantage for well over a half is just not going to cut it. Jefferson again missing the timing on the ball. I think that's the wrong kind of ball to aim at Jefferson. Get it wide. Get the cross coming in. He'll be able to time it better. A ball with his back to goal. Not all forwards can play with their back to goal. The great forwards can. They can play with their back to goal and with one touch lose the complete defense and have someone go through blind. The great defenders would play against that very well. But like I say, your great forwards can play with their back to goal. I'm not sure that that's Jefferson's strength. Chippy Ricky now going wide. Shaunier, right side of the box. Things need to speed up. Canada literally in front, camped out in front of El Salvador's half, winning the corner. Another part about front of El Salvador's half, winning the corner. Another part about Seeger's game is you got a defending style in midfield. So you got a ball winner and a guy that can lay it off. Corner coming in, 73 minutes in. On the ground, that's something different, and it's repelled straight away. Jefferson coming out, kicks it all the way back to Maxime Crepeau in his own half. Max lays it off. Now you look at that back line. There is no need to have all the personnel on the back line. You only need 2 defenders shoring up, playing quarterback on the whole game right now. You do not need a back line. Ball comes in, nice cross, well repelled again by El Salvador and well collected by Gonzalez. And they're going to slow the game down and keep it low. Damn con. No offside on the play. Not a bad pass back there. But again, not much going right for Canada since the second goal. But we need to find that third goal and build from there. Lots of time to go. 74 minutes in it. Ball to the right side. Shuffleberg doing all he can. Looking to pass through. Shiga on the ball. Goes to the left side. Chippy Ricky now. Laying it off to Tejon. It's all too predictable, guys. It's like watching paint dry right now. We're playing the same things over and over and over and over again. We're making it very easy to defend against by playing this kind of non-committal style. This is damage control football. Damage control soccer is what we're playing right now. We're not really thrusting. The ball is not pressing. We're literally looking like a training manual at the moment on how to keep the ball and not break the defense down. The back line is a 5 line. It's 3 in midfield. Where Shaunier is right now, that's where I'd cross from. Get the crosses in from a different angle. Shaunier needs to cross from there. Where Shaunier is right now, that's where I'd cross from. Get the crosses in from a different angle. Shaunier needs to cross from there. Don't make it so predictable that you're looking for Tejon Buchanan to do everything all night long, or Shuffleberg. Again, you can see we're not penetrating there, and we have enough people. We're literally playing and waiting for them to come to the ball. Making space, you get the pass or the cross off before the defender gets on you. You're making space for that reason, to get the space to make the cross. And this tic-tac-toe game that we're trying to play, that's not Canada's strength. Tic-tac-toe, too complicated, trying to be too pretty. It needs to be very basic, very direct. That's the key to this one. Back into the chat. DJ Knox, does anyone on Canada know how to make a diagonal runs in the box? They're up 2 players and there's 0 movement off the ball. Rise your game, please. Fujarella should have been out long ago, by the way. He offers nothing in this game. We need offense, not defense. Claude, this is showing me we know how to run, but not how to break down a team. Not a good look. Absolutely. It's not a good look. It's not a good look. We're showing a lot of naivety, especially considering we have a lot of experienced players. Tejon now back onto the right side. Free kick coming up to Canada on the edge of the box. Legitimate free kick. It's what we do with the free kick. Right now, I'd be passing off to Tejon Buchanan, let him go down the right side there and put the cross in. And I wouldn't hang around. Claude says, sorry, Voodoo Porkchop says, start shooting from outside the box to create space in the box. Brilliant. Simple tactic, on the money for this game. It's a battle of attrition, like I said before. You need people to step up and be impact players. We really haven't had an impact player per se so far. So shoot. Absolutely. It does open up the space. The second ball especially. Easy for the keeper. Easy for the keeper to repel that free kick there. Saunier normally does better than that. Canada now still with the ball. Far side. Ball over the top. You got Tejon Buchanan unmarked. That's where it needs to go. And it doesn't need to go through 3 players. By being too deliberate with the ball, we're literally stopping ourselves adding that 3rd goal. Ball through. Nothing doing. Nothing doing against Schaffelberg. Literally running through. Goal kick coming up. He offside when the ball's played, so it wouldn't have counted. But yes, we literally have had a hard time again against a team that we should have put away. Let's put it this way. We should have put these guys away easier than this. And considering we've got 2 red cards against El Salvador, this should be a lot higher in the scoreline. But I'll say this as well. The minnow teams sometimes make your life hell. And that's what we've seen here tonight. I guarantee you, against Guatemala, Canada will play a much better match. Much better. I tell you that now. Give me 1 second. I'm going to pull up a page here. We're going to take a quick check on what's happening. Excuse me. That's what we need. Thank you very much. So still 1-1, 88th minute, Honduras. So we'll see how that finishes off. But it's going to be close. It's going to be close. But 88th minute is still 1-1, Honduras and Curaçao. Excuse me. Wow. And the table, looking at the table right now, just so you know, right now it's still at the moment, Canada and Honduras are going through into the quarterfinals. Let's see how it finishes. But that's right now. 1-1 still is as is. Canada moving forward again with the ball. Tejon Buchanan into the middle of the half. Saunier now looking for things to happen. Taps off. Again, Canada taking way too many touches. Going round in circles. They're going round in their own circles. Seeger now open. Puts the cross in, and that's exactly what we need to do. Be more direct. And that should be a corner to Canada. Excuse me. Sorry, I've got a dry throat. Absolutely. DJ Knox says we need movement off the ball in the box. We absolutely do. I tell you, very disjointed sort of situation we got going on. I mean, look, it's not like we don't have space to move into. It's not like we haven't had most of the ball most of the game. But creativity and keeping it simple all night long. Cross the ball early, get it in there. I think we're just cooking ourselves a bad result again through inactivity with the ball. This is not a world-beating team. Great corner coming in. One more corner to come. But again, you got to be able to put teams like El Salvador away. With 2 red cards, you'll never get this opportunity again. I can never see us ever getting 2 red cards against El Salvador ever again as long as we live. This is like a one-off. This is like the white elephant, the aberration in football. 2 red cards, it should be 6-0 right now. Great corner coming in. Get on the end of that one. And it goes wide. Tajon Buchanan playing nice. And Romero, who's been on his ass, all lying down, faking injury most of the game, he's there again. Again, Tajon playing clean, playing fair, not getting in on the keeper. Can't blame him for that. It's the kind of the ball you can't go for. Look at the replay. It's there to go for, but then it's not. Big up to Tajon. Not a nasty player. Tell you what, we're going to bring in our substitute because he turns up every game. We're going to bring the substitute in. In you come, Cabby. Yeah, come on, Sonny. In you come. Watch the game with the crowd. There we go. So, back to the game. Here comes the big kitty. Yes, Cabby. He makes an appearance at the game, at the end of every game. I'm not kidding you. He comes in every game. If you can see him, awesome. But back to the game. 82 minutes in, Joe Dickerson still has a lot of things to sort out. Not been an easy match for the referee. And you got to say, unfortunately, Chaunier using his head in the wrong place. That ball cannons off his head. Using his noggin, they'd say. He's using his noggin. But again, 2 rough games for Canada. Normally, we don't play 3 bad games back to back to back. So looking for that to be better. It's Guatemala in the next game. A team that we should be ready for, a team that we can be ready for, a team that we can get up for. They've had a great little competition, Guatemala. They'll be high. Their confidence will be through the roof. And they'll be thinking, yeah, we can get a result against Canada. And you'll be thinking, it ain't that straightforward. And Canada now in a situation where things could be bubbling over. Jesse Marsh getting angry again. Coney's having a talk to with the referee. Joe Dickerson's telling him straight, cut it out. I'll have no more of it. Control yourself. Coney, young, experienced, yes, but still young. And you can wire him up. You can line him up. You can get him excited. 5 minutes plus added time to go. Canada now looking to get the 3rd goal. The 3rd goal would be a good thing. A 4th goal would be better, and we would save a little bit of blushes. However, no matter how many goals you score or how many you don't, you're only going to get 3 points out of any game. We've got the 3 points lined up, unless there's an absolute nightmare. So take the positives out of a rough ride. Canada looking good. With the situation of where we stand, who we play in the next round, in the quarterfinals, first mission has been completed. Tajon Buchanan now on the right side cuts in. Canada cycling the ball left to right. We've got another player going down. El Salvador has a player down. Could be cramp. Probably is cramp by what he's stretching the Achilles out. But again, next round, things won't be the same. Next round, we will have to execute much better. And there's more pressure in the next round. It's a quarterfinal. It's a win, lose, go ahead, move along, or lose, get on the plane, go home. But again, no movement off the ball is one of the things in the final third, in this second half. And we should have literally tried to suck them out with the ball. We've been too direct, and too many times we've been too predictable. And once you start becoming predictable, it's so easy to defend against because you're playing the same balls every time for that defender to get used to intercepting or blocking that pass or getting into the zone where you want to go, but he's there first. We are literally cancelling ourselves out of it. Beautiful finish on the first goal by Jonathan David. Absolute classic finish. Total JD, total JD. That's what he does. What do you think, Cabby? You happy with the 2 goals? He nearly threw up. Did you see that? I asked him. He nearly threw up. He's not happy. He wants more. He does. He wants more. What about you? Are you happy with the result? Because I don't think you will be. You're happy with where we're going. And like I say, that's the mission. That's the first mission. But as this one comes to a dwindling end, I will say this, and you too, yeah? El Salvador have done a great job defending. They really have. The 2 red cards, unforgivable, absolutely, especially the elbow by Henriquez. But hand it to El Salvador. They've done a hell of a job in the defense. They could have got battered 6 or 7-0, and by a bigger team in form, they would have. But again, give them some credit for what they've done, because they really have turned up on the defensive side of the game. And for what they are and who they are and what they can bring, they've brought their game. They brought that defensive game. And in games prior to this one, people asked me what they would be. They're exactly what you're seeing. But the indiscipline, the 2 red cards, that's not normally what they bring. The physical, yes, but not the indiscipline. So as we see it right now, your quarterfinals, I'm going to be going for your quarterfinals. The group for Canada right now, Canada on top with 7 points, Honduras in second with 6 points. There's been a change. Curacao on 2, and El Salvador on 1 point. Going into the matches, so you get the live scores right now from today. Earlier, Guatemala 3, Guadeloupe 2, Panama 4, Jamaica 1, Canada still 2-0 up, and Honduras is 2-1 up, 90 plus 1. Luis Parma, big man for Honduras, makes it 2-1. Looking good, moving through. Semi-finals coming up, but the quarterfinals look as follows. As far as I've got, Costa Rica, USA, and Mexico, Saudi Arabia. You'll also have Panama, Honduras, Canada with Guatemala. So lots of good times to come. The knockout round is on its way. It's been a rough day for us against El Salvador, and we're still passing the ball around east to west. East to west. Going on now, deep now. Tajon Buchanan, get the cross in. Doesn't, and well done, Gonzalez. One more time. Gonzalez for El Salvador has pretty much had a lot to do all night. Had a few big saves to make. Great crosses. He's done well. He's done very well. He can be happy with his game tonight. No doubt about it. Absolutely no doubt about it. Referee's going to be calling the game down here. 2 guys on the floor. 1 guy on the floor. And hey, back into the chats. DJ Knox says, every 20 seconds there should be either a shot or a pass into a diagonal run into the box. Very disappointing. Couldn't agree more. One of the basics of the game, breaking down a defense, is the diagonal ball. It's easy to run onto. It's not the lateral pass. It's the diagonal pass, which affords you more time with the ball of flight, gives you more time to get to the ball. And also, once you've got the ball, it gives you more time on the ball because you stripped the defensive mode. They've gone left to right. You've gone diagonally. So they've literally walked themselves away from the ball. You win yourself more time as a forward going through, and you don't even need to run fast. Fly to the ball. Diagonal ball. Kills defenses. Flat. And there we go. Game over. Game over. 2-0 on the day. Jesse Marsh looking somewhat dissatisfied is the word I'd use. And I think that's the word most Canadians will be using for this performance tonight. Dissatisfied with the result. That's 2 games back-to-back where we're dissatisfied. However, like I said, first mission, own the group. We've won the group. We're into the quarterfinals. It's going to be a nice day against Guatemala. I'm looking forward to it. On the 28th, 29th is when the quarterfinals come down. Remember, we're going to go live for Canada, Guatemala. It's going to be more of what you just saw. I'm literally saying Guatemala is going to be more of what you just saw against El Salvador. You're going to watch a battle of attrition, a typical CONCACAF game. They have now seen how they best tactic against us. Curacao did it. El Salvador did it with 2 players less. So people looking on have watched how you stop Canada. The old-style CONCACAF jam. Park the bus. Use the physicals. Get nasty. Get physical. Slow it down. Take a 30-second break. Break with every throw-in, every goal kick, every free kick. Breaks. They killed the clock. They killed the mojo of the team. They wouldn't let Canada in. We were going east to west, not north to south. No diagonal balls, no creativity. And at the end of the day, I'm quite happy to have the 2-0. You could have also seen this going 0-0. If we didn't get them 2 goals, when was the goal going to come? So again, take the positives out of the negatives. We're into the quarterfinals. You look at other teams we're going up against, you can say there's 4 teams that look like they're destined for the quarterfinals. Your Panama look really good. They look like they're in form. They look like they're a team that's quite possibly destined to be one of the 2 finalists. USA, not in the best of form. Should be a top 4 team. Not necessarily a finalist. However, they don't play until the last quarter final. They're going to have a long rest till their game kicks off, which is all well and good for them. Yeah, it's also good for Costa Rica. But literally, the quarterfinals, Canada, Guatemala, Costa Rica, USA, Mexico, Saudi Arabia, Panama, Honduras. Panama, I say dark horse for winning it all. Mexico, champions, defending, should definitely be looking to be one of the 2 in the final. Quite possibly will be. Mexico has that little bit of fortune, not just with the game, not just with the goals, but also with the referees at time, as you saw in games gone by. So Mexico, for me, quite possibly one of the 2 teams favoured to get into the final. Right now, I think the finalist against Mexico is a crapshoot. I think you could say Panama could get there. You could probably say Canada's capable, and you can also say that the USA is capable of getting there. So the 3 teams against Mexico, that's the order of march, what I put it in. I say Mexico's my favourite to get into the final. Canada, USA, and Panama's other teams coming through might likely be the team. Panama's other teams coming through might likely be the team to get into the final as well. Into the chat. When is the next game? 28th is the next game. Jeffrey Perrin, corners need finish. Yeah, absolutely. The needed finish. We had enough in that game tonight to have got it done. And quite frankly, we didn't get it done. We were not even close. The urgency, the accuracy with the passing, the creativity, a few other things that I mentioned, we just really weren't there, yeah? And talking about the stats, let's have a look at the stats right now. Let's point them out. The 2 red cards, Santos Ortiz, 35 minutes, Jairo Enriquez, 45-9. And the goals on the day, Jonathan David, 53 minutes in, and Tajon Buchanan, 56 minutes in. 2 goals in 3 minutes. You've seen that a few times with Canada, but we needed to press and get more. We didn't. Looking at the stats, starting off with Canada first of all. Shots on net, 14. On target, 4. Possession, 81%. Passes, 474. Accuracy, 90%. Fouls, 11. Yellow cards, 2. Offsides, 1. 12 corners. Looking at El Salvador, shots 2, not on target. Possession, 19%. Passes, 122. Accuracy, 59%. Fouls, 19. Yellow cards, 2. Red cards, carta roja, 2. Love it. And corners, 1. Again, going back into the knockout round, I tell you, it's going to be the top 4 going into the semifinals. I can't see it going any other way. I really can't. If you're looking literally who's your winner, we have got to go a lot better than what we just did. Right now, we're looking like a semi-finalist. We have got to go a lot better than what we just did. We're capable. 2 games of average stature. You don't normally see 3 from Canada. Guatemala's coming in. It's a quarterfinal. That doesn't need you to build yourself up for it. You're going to get into it. Your motivation's going to be there. But picking the team to get the job done is Jesse Marsh's job. And the last game, I told you, I wasn't happy with the coaching. And you said it as well. This game, I'm not happy with the coaching again. You're 2 men up for literally a half plus, and all you can do is get 2 chances that go in the net. The way we went about the second half was crazy. Stick wide, not east to west, but we need creativity in the middle. You can't keep doing the same things over and over and over. And as a coach, why would you let your team keep doing the same things over and over that are leading to nothing? You're just damaging yourself. So again, the coaching, Jesse Marsch needs to come up with fresh ideas. I've seen a lot of good things in the past, but right now it seems to be wavering. It needs to pick up. If not, the players pick up the scent and get this done. Jesse Marsch needs to address what he's lacking right now. The substitutions coming in didn't change the game at all. Too many substitutions just for the sake of getting people time isn't how you get this team back on track. It is not on track. We came into this tournament looking damn good off the 4-2 wins, the Canadian Shield, yeah? Trophy won. Let's go get another one. Let's keep the mojo high. Right now, it's diving. It's diving. The mojo's going down. You can see it with the players. The togetherness is there, but you played with the team chemistry too much, and now you've lost the team chemistry at the final level. We had it coming in. We don't have it now. And all too often, when you see a team lose form in mid-tournament, they don't normally get it back. We have got to fight on our hands now to get that mojo back, get that form, confidence, and everything back on track, what we had coming into this tournament. That's what's got to happen. Totally possible. But playing like this? No. Never in a million years. Never in a million years. We are much better than this, and we can play a lot better. The players that we have at clubs around the world lead us to play better football, better soccer by will. So again, Jesse Marsch, you wear this one, not the players. Going to be looking at the chat right now. Seamus O'Leary says, not completely satisfied, but it's all right. Acceptable, question mark. The result is acceptable, yep. Is it satisfactory? You know, for what we achieved, yes. Into the group phase, out of the group phase, into the quarterfinals. We're where we should be. Winning the group is what we were supposed to do. We've done that. So we can wear that. And it would have been terrible if it finished 0-0. But I agree, Seamus. I agree. Not completely satisfied. I'm with you. It's all right. But acceptable, question mark. Jeffrey Perrin, more balls on target. Absolutely. Why we weren't just thundering the ball from, say, 25 yards or 35 yards. Listen, you went east to west with the ball 1,000 times in the second half. Well, as one goes east, someone's got to be running on and put the inertia through the ball, yeah? Just lean your shoulder right in, through the ball, bang it on net. Might take a deflection, might be lucky, might go in. It opens up space. So, yeah, I absolutely agree. Absolutely agree. Hit the target. More balls. Jeffrey Perrin says. Claude says, our route to the final is through USA, Costa Rica, and not through Panama or Alexio. That's a big advantage. It is. It totally is. It totally is. But again, I expect to see Mexico in the final. We knew going into this one, chances are that we were coming up against another host because we're a host too. But yes, totally agree. One more time, guys, listen to this. Claude says, our route to the final is through USA/Costa Rica and not through Panama or Mexico. That's a big advantage. Take that to the bank. Hello, my friend. Okay, we've got another kiddie who needs... Hold on. Give me a second. Just a second. There you go, my boy. Oh, he's down there. There you go. I heard a little squeak. He came back for his supper. Got to feed him. Claude, on our route to the final. Great point. DJ Knox, my take, Jebison and Larin are useless. Hear that again, guys. Jebison and Larin are useless. Kone is asleep. Schaffelberg is near useless. And by the way, when does Johnson ever contribute offensively? Marsch has to light a fire under some of these players. I agree with that. I agree with that. You can have generic ball play and a generic way to finish the game or go through the game. And everything we did was generic. Remember in the first half, I was looking for the impact player. We needed an impact player to spark it, light that fire. Well, there you go. I was asking for the fire under players' asses through the game. Jesse Marsh is going to light one after the game, according to DJ Knox. And I'll tell you what, DJ, I'd say you're right. That performance isn't good enough. It's not the worst performance you're ever going to see. And we got the win. But you have to nurture this back to where it was. I can't cane this all night long and say the same thing over and over. You know what I'm saying. You know what's acceptable. You know what we were before when we were coming into this tournament. And right now, we don't look the same team. If there's ever a time where you saw a coach over-tinker with the team, ruin the mojo, ruin the chemistry, well, you've seen it now. And it was so unnecessary. Absolutely unnecessary. Why would you tinker with a team now? And I don't care that it's the Gold Cup. I'm saying we've got a year to go before the next World Cup. We're hosting less than a year to go. This is the time you start to bring your team to peak. We had the perfect entrance into the Gold Cup off the back of the Canadian Shield. Keep it there. That's what you're paid to do. That's your job. Why are you messing with the squad, the team, the mojo, and taking guys out and putting guys in that are not used to it? Bring guys in late in the game, sparingly, because you don't expect them to change the game. Substitutions in our squad should be to either bring someone in who just got injured to keep us in the game and keep that level there, boom. Or number two, try to bring someone in on 60 minutes to give us something different. You haven't seen it. You haven't seen it. But what you have seen is over-tinkering. And you know what? That old saying, too many chefs spoil the broth. Well, I think that's the problem with Canada. I see 3 guys on the bench that could lead a team. So maybe what we need to do on match days is get the assistants further down the bench or in the crowd. Jesse Marsh, one man on the sideline, and show me you're directing this team. Because if you're not on the sideline on your own, who's running the show? And like I say, we have decent coaches, but too many chefs spoil the broth. And we've got a broth that needs bringing back to the boil because it's gone cold. Into the chats. Voodoo Pork Chop, great time for soccer fans, Gold Cup, Club World Cup, transfer market, lots of entertainment. Absolutely. And think about JD, yeah, Jonathan David. He's looking for a big club too, yeah. It is. It's the perfect time. Absolutely perfect time. DJ Knox, Schaff must only be a sub. You know, if you're going to bring that indifferent performance, I mean, we've seen moments where Schaffelberg's been fantastic and he's made us really proud. A few games, especially against the USA, where he's been literally the torch-bearing hero for us. Like, he's just been magnifico, yeah? We haven't seen that for a while. That's what we need to see. So, again, pressure on the players, pecking order. You got to say, pressure for starting spots needs to be so hot that no one can literally not look over their shoulder thinking someone's going to take it. Even the likes of Jonathan David need to worry about someone coming in for a game. That's the pressure for spots we need to have. And I got to say, I totally agree with you at this juncture. A year ago, I would not have said he was just a sub. Now, I got to say, he's got to be a sub, coming in hungry, coming in ready to make something happen, because he can. But once in and often, and so often, on a squad or on a team that you've played with, or in business or whichever, you've seen colleagues equal to you bring a great day, great week, a great year, and then the following year, they fluffed off and went to nowhere. And there's no reason for it in your own mind. So again, Schaffberg, I agree. Sub. Jeffrey Perrin, agree. Too many subs in the game. Absolutely. It ruined the flow. It ruined the game. Listen, keep it basic. Keep it direct. That's all we had to do. Cross the balls in before you get to the penalty area instead of going flatlining and bringing these easy balls to defend. Make life hard. And don't go forward. Bring them out. Sucker them out. The one thing about Latino teams is they love the ball. They want to play around the ball. When the ball is near to them, they levitate to the ball. So suck that ball away from them. Bring them out. Quick ball over the top. DJ Knox said it a few times. The diagonal. End of story. We would have won this 5-6-0 easily. Easily. Sometimes you need the guy to have the key to open up the door, yeah? Shunye, great little player, very accurate. Give him a mission. Tell him what to do. I want you to cross the ball before anybody goes into the penalty area. I want you to cross the diagonal ball like you did with your free kick in the first half, yeah? I want you to put that ball where you did for Tajon Buchanan to slap it in to get that goal, yeah? That's what I want. Give him a mission. Give him a total mission. I know they go into it with a game plan. Absolutely everybody does. You can't not have a game plan, can you? Penalties, Jesse? Who knows? At the end of the day, get ready for that quarterfinal, guys. Because I tell you what, I feel Guatemala's going to give us something just like Curacao did, just like El Salvador. We need to spin that ball at 100 miles an hour all the way through, up front, keep it up front, and stay up front, and use the attack zone as our defense, pin them to the wall, literally, and overload with shots. What could be simpler? What could be simpler? And no more substitutions just for the sake of it. If you can't make a difference and you're not adding to the speed of the team, you're staying on the bench. If you've got people with long legs, yeah, okay, I get it, bring them in. But not just for the sake of numbers. And please, let's have the substitutions early where they can make a difference. And I'll tell you another thing. First half, I asked for Tajon to go to the right side and Shaf to go to the left side. Second half kicks off, you saw it happen, right? So tell me why, I'm asking you, I'm going to point it to you, but tell me why, Jesse Marsh, you switched them back, because it proved it wasn't working. You went back on your tactics that weren't working and you did it again. And again, the last 20 minutes went nowhere. Nowhere. So Jesse, please, big smile on my face. Leave Tajon on the right. Leave Shaf on the left. It's your best option. Because through that, you saw more action. You really did. Going into the chat, guys, because you say the best stuff. DJ Knox, how can we not tinker if you stay committed to the players who don't produce, like Larin? Going to read that again. DJ Knox, how can we not tinker if you stay committed to players who don't produce? It's a great point you bring. That's a great point. So what I would say is someone needs to really be brave with Kyle Larin. Absolutely brave. And put people ahead of him. No more tinkering with Larin per se, but make a call. No more tinkering with Larin per se, but make a call, make a decision on what's your best starting 11. Because in a Canadian Cup coming out of that, we looked like a team coming into this competition that was going to lay the law down. We haven't. We crushed Honduras, and it shows what an aberration that was. Beautiful to see it, and great to knock the 8-1 monkey off our backs by giving them their worst ever defeat against us. Back into the chat. But I agree with you, DJ. How can we not tinker? Yeah, we can tinker, but we over-tinkered. There's a limit to what we can tinker with. And when you lose that chemistry on the field and you see how El Salvador jumped up into the game despite going 2 guys down early, we didn't trouble them in the first half, even with 2 guys up. They stood, rose in the game, got confidence, and we go nowhere. And it's over-tinkering. If you want to change that team coming into the tournament, I would have said this. I can only allow you to change one player. Whoever that player is, you can have that player. But we cannot change more than one player, albeit for injuries, etc., or suspensions, obviously. But one player is all I would have changed, because I thought that, to be honest with you, like I've said 1,000 times, I've whipped this too long now, we were good enough coming in. DJ Knox says, yes, that's what I mean. Larin hasn't scored in 2 years. Absolutely. Absolutely. The Mr. Nearly There guy. That's what I call Larin. Nearly there. Every time he gets there, it looks horrible. His goals are simple goals. He is a big head on a big cross. That's him. Or a big foot on a cross that's local to him and coming here where nobody could miss the shot, yeah? Them are the goals he scores directly in front of net. And if you look at his goals, he's not a Maradona. He's not Pele. He's not Messi. He's got no feet compared to JD. Jonathan David's got the feet up front. Tajon Buchanan's got the feet up front. Nelson's got feet. Jefferson doesn't have feet. Neither Jefferson nor Larin can play with their back to goal, which is a major attribute for a centre forward. You're holding up the line. So great point about Larin. I do like Larin, but I don't think he's our future centre forward. Bring in Nelson. Bring in someone else. Fill that gap with someone who's literally got feet, connect, and speed. Because you can't tell me Larin's got speed. He's a big lumping player. He's served us well, but there comes a time where every player has to take a seat. And that's what I'm saying. Take a seat, put him on the bench, don't bring him in. Trout McTrout, Canada playing in Canada is totally different team. Totally. And you know, that brings me on to a lovely point. I really have come accustomed to Canada playing at BMO Field. I've seen Canada playing at BMO Field, seen TFC play at BMO Field as well. I feel that we need to make a decision on where the national team play and keep it there. It's nice to have the team travel around Canada, yada, yada. But footballers like to go the same place again and again. They like to become comfortable. When we play at BMO Field, we look complete. We look together. We're at the same places, the training regime, the hoteling regime, the regime of travel outside of Toronto for the national players coming in from around the world. It's all repetition. What you get with repetition is a comfortable environment. So when Canada plays out of Toronto, everybody knows what's going on, where they're going. Even a little travel from the hotel to the game, to the match, to the stadium. They've done that before. It's all relevant to feeling comfortable in your surroundings. You go to Toronto, it's not the same. Sorry, you go to Vancouver, it's not the same. You play a game, there's games coming up in Montreal soon, and I love the fact that they're going into Montreal. But where's the best place for Canada to play? Your home stadium. I've said for years, we need to name BMO Field as the national stadium and play games there and nowhere else. Major national teams around the world have a national stadium for a reason. You can travel from anywhere in your domestic country to the Mecca, to your Holy Grail. Yeah? So I say moving forward, we play all games out of Toronto because Toronto deserves to have the national theatre. They put their hand in fire years ago building BMO Field. You can say the granddaddies of Canadian football are the Whitecaps. I would agree with you. But money talks. And CFC came around in 2007. They put the money up way before 2007, built the necessary 20,000-seater stadium at the time. Wasn't what you got today. But they made the step. So I say right now, we need to make a national stadium, BMO Field. Anybody that wants to watch the national team, you go there. You watch it there. Because it's all in the big picture. And if you have a national stadium for the nation, everybody knows you got to go there. That's where you go. And then it starts to cement itself within the culture of Canadians that you can't go anywhere else to watch them. You've got to go there. What's wrong with that? I'll tell you what's right with it. Every time we play at BMO Field in a World Cup, we'd feel much stronger against anybody in one place. Keep moving people around, coming to the point. You keep moving people around the country to play games coast to coast. It's like this game tonight. I said too many chefs spoil the brew. You go into too many hotels and too many stadiums and too many trains and too many planes and too many cabs. You get lost. It's all a blur. So we need direction. Keeping it simple with the same regime every game would lead us to become a much stronger nation. It also sends signals to the players that they're in the right place. And the fans coming in would have to travel in, which would add to putting more seats or more butts in the seats. So round the whole aspect of picking the right stadium is just like tonight's game. Too many stadiums, too many travels. It's spoiling the whole complex. I'd take Toronto FC Stadium, BMO Field, as a national stadium. No problem. You got to come to Toronto to watch the game, is what I'm saying. Back into the chat. DJ Knox says, we can't play all games in Toronto because the rest of the country has an inferiority complex issue against Toronto. You know, that's something that people need to build on. You got to build on it. A big, major city, world-famous city like Toronto needs to be the focal point. It really does. It builds you to a higher level. Worldwide, people know what Toronto is. Yeah? Just no disrespect to any other city in Canada. I'm not going to name any, not to infuriate anybody, but I've watched Canada play in other stadiums across the country. It's not the same. It's just not the same. It's there for a moment and then it's gone. So you're really not solidifying the national team in other smaller cities. You're paying homage to those little cities. Look at the qualifying in the World Cup where Canada played those games in qualifying, yeah? There's places that probably never play again in a long time. East-West in Canada. I'm not going to name the cities because I don't piss you off. But it's time to make a decision and keep it simple. Toronto's the place, and the inferiority complex that people have, hey, you know what? That's good old rivalry, and there's nothing wrong with that either. Trouty McTrout, great point. BMO is a de facto home field. Absolutely. We've seen so many big results come from that zone. Why would you not want to build on that? I mean, it's, to me, Whitecaps, years gone by, granddaddies, saw games, love them, will always respect them. Bob Leonarduzzi and what they raised out there, fantastic. But they got pipped to the post by TFC, MLS, Major League Soccer. The rest is history. And every time Canada plays in Toronto, I feel confident. I feel good about it. I feel like we're a team with a chance of taking the W more times than not. And we don't see games like this or Curaçao. So take it for what it's worth. Maybe you think about it. Maybe it gets you thinking. Maybe you don't agree. And I'd love it if you don't agree because I don't want you to agree. But I pick BMO Field any day against everybody else. No doubt about it. Did you Knox? All the Canada matches will be Vancouver except the first. Absolutely. And if you want to go into history, remember when Vancouver wouldn't want to release a blank check for FIFA when they were saying, hey, we need a blank check so you can host the games? And the mayor at the time, forget his name, the mayor at the time said, no, we're not having any of that because our taxpayers are not going to pay the tax bill or the levy for FIFA. What a moronic statement that was. But a couple of years later, crying like babies because they were getting no joy out of FIFA. Now look who gets the game. And a team that goes to Vancouver is going to get well supported by Canada fans, no doubt about it. But look at some of the cities that were there all the way through for FIFA during other World Cups that we have hosted, yeah? They just got ignored. And there's some massive stadiums that just got ignored and some provinces that have helped soccer in Canada over the years that just got ignored. So pick a stadium. And that inferiority complex that people do have, if they do, they're just going to have to get over it. Quick example is the national stadium for Germany is in Berlin. The national stadium for France is Parc des Princes in Paris. The national stadium for England is Wembley. All their fans have a lot of traveling to do. And I tell you this, we can travel quicker than Europeans because we got planes that go fast. They have lots of traffic to negotiate. We don't. So just saying. It's an interesting question. But I'd sooner travel to TO for a national game and know that it's the national stadium. We need a national stadium. And we need to make that decision. And it's time to stop playing nice. It's time to stop playing Mr. Generic guy. We have an identity in Canada. Our team kicks ass, 30 in the world. Now we need to let everybody know where we play. An identity. I just named you 3 stadiums for France, Germany, and England. That needs to be us. When people look at Canada, they need to know or need to say or need to have on their palette, oh, yeah, they play in Toronto. They might forget the name of the stadium, but they'll say, oh, yeah, they play in Toronto. That's when you know you've got a national stadium. That's when you know you've arrived. That sends signals to players, fans, TV, everybody, especially sponsors. Just saying. So, guys, the next time we get to meet up is going to be when Canada take on Guatemala. Get ready for it. Come back again. I've had a lot of fun these last few games, but I've got to think Guatemala, it's either going to be a black eye or a great night. Thanks for a great night, everybody. Remember, like, subscribe, come back for more. And thank everybody in that chat because you guys were excellent. Many thanks. Have a great night.